All right.
I will switch to my RS screen.
I mean, habit, right?
That would have been.
Funny.
I would have been like, "Oh, sweet, we're playing RuneScape today. Cool."
Nope. Just
no,
nerds
just
talking.
gonna watch our webcams.
Yeah.
Just us. I can just replace Chase's screen with my RuneScape game screen.
Yeah.
If you guys want to see me do
key
fire
out the
making?
background.
That'd be great. It'll be perfect. That's right. I could actually just chroma key your background.
You could.
Play RuneScape
Yeah.
behind it. That would be dank. Or as I said, I wasn't experiencing any lag. My RuneScape starts lagging today. What the hell? What in tarnation? That's a new meme, I guess.
Yeah, I've seen that.
The what in
Such a dumb
tarnation meme. Oh my
A lot of
God.
memes are dumb.
That's
Like,
true.
every meme is dumb.
Fuck off,
Also, my
Lush.
music's still playing. I'm gonna turn
Except
that
for
off.
the happy birthday meme. That one's solid.
Yeah,
Happy birthday,
I
by the
actually
way,
rated
Chase.
I don't
Chase.
know. Oh my
I actually
God!
rated Chase
Yesterday.
with happy birthday. the other
That was the
day.
craziest spam that I've had in a raid so far, and I think it's
Well,
because
yeah,
of,
it's because
mostly
I got
because of
hosted by
mods.
Mammal.
Yeah, like there's
Yeah.
a lot of people spamming, and then you guys, the mods, took over, and then my entire chat was red for a little while.
What in RAR Nation XD? Wow.
That depresses me
wow.
greatly.
The meme needs to stop. It's a bad one.
Wow.
What
And
in the
that
wrong
one
name?
makes me uncomfortable. That's the one that did it. That's the one that made me want to end it all. Speaking of memes, you guys saw like the Wooks meme, right? Where it was oh, what is that song called?
Shooting
Star
stars.
or something? Shooting Stars, that's one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Oh
good.
my God, that's
I
so
actually
good.
really like those videos. I've thought about making one myself.
Oh man. PTXD, Rob. Rob, why? Why did you do this, Rob?
It's so good.
I've never heard that before.
Oh,
Oh my
I put it
goodness.
on Twitter the other day. Like, whenever you think back to your emo phase and you cringe, it's called PTXD.
I think I saw that. I may have even retweeted it. I
Probably.
don't know
Goodness.
why- I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Retweeted that garbage. Okay, I retweet a lot of garbage.
I just thought of one. What an herb tar nation.
3 tick skillin. Get you a man who can do both.
Hey, I got a superior. What do you pray for the Bloodveld superior?
Melee.
No.
Pray for an imbued heart. That's what I do.
That too.
Fair.
That's a good one to pray. Yeah, Shane definitely wants you to make one. I think Twitch chat's always going to tell you to make memes.
Pretty much.
I don't think they'll ever tell you no.
So do we want
Hey,
to
Cody.
introduce,
Welcome, man.
or does everybody just know who we are?
Yeah, we'll do the introductions. We'll actually properly start the podcast and stop going on about memes. Hi guys, welcome to RFD podcast number 3. It's number 3 now. We weren't here last week. Sorry about that. I was sick.
You're welcome.
Rob was away gambling all his money, and Chase just felt very lonely because neither of us were there to hold him on the cold Friday night. So yeah, hello. My name is Strix. One of you two can introduce yourself now.
Hi, I'm Rob. I'm an Iron Man. I dislike vegans. I CrossFit. I vape. All of you nerds should know me. Like we share audiences. I know pretty much everyone in the chat at this
True.
point.
And I am Chase, despite there's a common misconception going around right now that my name is Juan, but it's definitely Chase.
No, he's one.
And
Yeah,
different
it's
one.
Chase.
yeah,
Chase.
I like RuneScape and Lilo and Stitch. You probably know me already. Did you guys see the thing I posted on Twitter? Actually, some troll came in yesterday, and I took a screenshot of it because all he said was Leo and Stitch is a shitty movie.
Really? That's all he said.
Leo and Stitch.
Leo.
So I have a question before we kick everything off. It's Lilo
Sure.
and Stitch related. What is your favorite experiment?
Stitch.
Wow,
That's
anticlimactic.
so stereotypical.
He's like, yeah, that seems about
I've
right.
themed my channel around Stitch. How could it not be?
I don't know. That could have just been like the generic one that everyone knows, but there's like fucking a million of them.
Yeah.
So wait, you expected Chase to be a hipster? That's pretty much what you're saying.
I expected him to not go for the obvious answer.
So you expected him to be a hipster?
I didn't go for it because it's obvious. I went for it because it's my fucking favorite. What do you want from me?
You did
I actually
not.
just crashed somebody
be
out fire making. Whoops. I'm that guy now.
A max
How do you
combat
crash
dude is
someone at
trying to
Fire
crash me
Nation?
at Bloodvelds, even though I already had my cannon down.
Okay, what is it about crashing? Why does everyone always complain about crashing? You can just hop, right?
I could just hop. Or do you mean he
That's
could
the
just hop?
frustrating thing about it, right? It's like somebody
Well-
crashes you, and you're pissed off, and they say, "Dude, just hop."
Oh yeah, yeah. I got kicked trying to hop worlds twice, trying to get a free world at Velds. I finally did, and now somebody's crashing. Can't win.
I have a meme for this.
Oh yeah.
What for
It's gonna
crashing?
take me a minute. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, we'll let you find it, and we'll get started with the actual RuneScape related stuff. So basically, we covered shift click last week, so we're not going to talk about that. But what we are going to talk about, and I apologize for my voice, guys. Hopefully, not too many voice cracks during the course of the podcast. You just put some ha-has in the chat if I do. What we are going to cover this week, there's no poll going on right now, I don't think. But there was a Wilderness and PvP improvements update, so that was previous quality of life poll. And also we've got the month ahead. The month ahead's probably going to be the big thing we're going to be talking about today. But today's podcast might be a little bit shorter. Not really sure how long that's going to last, but we've got some non-RS related questions too, of course. But we're going to start. We're going to go ahead and start with the Wilderness and PvP improvements. I don't know if we can really give you guys as much insight on this as AOA Gold did. They had their podcast the other day. They started doing them again recently. They had their podcast the other day, and they talked about this one quite a bit. We don't really PK, so I don't know how much insight we guys can give you guys on this one, but we'll start with it anyways. So there's a live playtest going on now for the Deadman finale. So in previous Deadman modes, what they did was they would not announce any information about the finale at all. This time, they gave us everything. There's even a live playtest world where you can go test out the finale area.
Huh.
So theoretically, this doesn't matter because Rot is just going to crush it anyways, right?
Probably. You just hope there's not another bottleneck.
How much does this actually help people, do you guys think? That they can... It's in... I believe the area is Anacarl is where it's going to end up, right? Pretty sure it's Anacarl.
I haven't looked into it at all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how do you think it's going to play out if players have all the information about the final starting area? Do you see this benefiting players?
I feel like with a massive team like Rot, I think it's just going to give them a better chance to strategize and win again.
Yeah, because not the previous Deadman mode, the Alcarid Massacre, the one before that was an Anacarl. Rot still crushed it, right?
Yep.
And they didn't know anything about the final area, but they still totally killed it. That was my favorite Deadman mode, by the way, to watch was the one out in Anacarl. I like that one quite a bit. Although the Great Massacre at the Alcarid Gate, pretty funny too.
It was pretty
for
funny.
very different reasons. Rot engine developer. Yeah, we need to hire some of those. I don't know, Rob. Do you pretty much just see Rot crushing again? Doesn't really matter what Jagex does.
I do and I don't. I think it's a good idea to have this kind of play tested. We were talking about the Alcarid Massacre, like we kind of just briefly, we mentioned it, but we didn't say what the fuck happened. We mean massacre in every sense of the term. If you didn't watch it, everyone got slaughtered in like 10 seconds. The fog killed everyone like that. There was nothing you could do. It was garbage. It made for a really, really shitty finale, in my opinion. And I honestly thought it was fake when I first saw it. I had to go and confirm in the in-game CC with my friends that, hey, that was the finale? Like, that was it? Because it was awful.
It's done?
Yeah, it was over in like 15 seconds. Everyone died. That's a very bad finale, in my opinion. Having that play tested, like, so people know it's not going to be complete garbage, and like, the devs know beforehand, hey, we should probably, work on this, fix this a little bit, tweak this here and there. I think that's really good. But it does give players a bit more time to strategize, yes. Which in the end, I don't really think is going to be a bad thing, because not only is it going to give time for Rot to strategize, it gives everyone else time to strategize. And while Rot may be like, the clan for it, I'd also like to see like an underdog clan like come out and like take the lead, like the reins for them, claim all the glory for themselves and win it. And so like it gives a benefit to everyone else as well.
Yeah, I kind of agree in the sense that it's good to let the people play test it and importantly get feedback. I think that's important so they can always improve it, right? But I kind of just feel like it's very unlikely that any smaller clan is going to take it from Rot unless they work together with other clans. And just the way the clan community seems to work in RuneScape, clans don't seem to like to work together. they seem to just fight and
it's
be
almost like it's a
competitive about
competition.
everything. Yeah, it's almost like we're playing for $10,000 here.
Know.
But
So-
maybe something like that will happen.
So what you're basically saying is, despite the playtesting being an option, Rot's advantage is still very distinctive because it largely comes down to how big their team is and whether
Their team is big and their team is well coordinated.
Yeah, and
they're one of the best team clans in the game.
Statistically, if a situation arises where it comes down to just a handful of people, odds are more than one of those people is going to be in Rot. They have the numbers, which gives them a distinct advantage.
Oh, the meme. Rob put the meme that you talked about earlier.
Like I went
Just
through my
stop, bro.
entire Twitter media. I couldn't find it, so I just Googled it and had it in 3
I've
seconds.
seen that. That's a good one.
I'm actually just gonna keep that around and use that for like a bank pin cover or something.
Dude, it's good.
Right. So if you guys want to watch the Dead Man mode finale, by the way, it's gonna be Saturday, the 25th of March. You can watch Jagex give $10,000 to Rot. It'll be pretty cool. Do you guys feel like that criticism of Dead Man mode? I mean, it's not really. We're not really just handing 10K to Rot, are we? I mean, it is. RuneScape does benefit from this as like advertising.
Oh, yeah, it absolutely does.
It's always the amount of membership way exceeds $10,000 check we write to somebody in Rot, right?
Who was the first winner? Like, was he a part of a clan or was he a solo player?
The first winner was a solo player, I believe. But then not since
Yeah.
then, I don't think.
Yeah, the first guy who won was a solo player, and that was a little bit contentious because he won because it was either redemption or unnoting in a bank or something.
No, it was in the Barb Village, so there was no unnoting involved.
The first 2 were solo.
Yeah, the first 2 were solo. Okay,
All right.
and then the Wooks one thing. Oh my god. Oh,
What
that
do
was
you
a
speak
debacle. What do you mean
I'm not
Wooks
aware
won?
of this.
Yeah, You Never Learn was the guy. I
Yeah.
thought he was in. I thought he was in the Falador Bank, unnoting,
No.
but
The very first
I'm
one
not sure.
took place. It finished up in the Barb Village.
No, it finished Falador Center by the statue. Or not the center of Falador, but like right outside.
It was like outside of
right north of
Falador.
it.
For
Yeah.
the first one?
For the very first one, yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, second one was Barb. See, Rock says.
Second one was Barb?
First one was Fally.
Oh.
I think on
Did I
Codian was
even
the
watch
guy
the
who
first
won.
one?
The second
Yeah, I
one.
was mixing them up.
Yeah, see, there you go. Rock's sorting us out. He's a Dead Man Mode historian.
Thank you, Rock.
Yeah, so we can move on from Dead Man Mode.
Yeah, I think we're...
Well, maybe we can talk about the changes, I guess. You remember the blog actually where they talked about getting the XP when you killed somebody?
No.
Like
No.
you get their experience. Okay, well, there was a dev blog a while ago. I read all the dev blogs. I like reading them. And it was supposed to be when you would kill somebody, you'd get part of the experience because you lose experience when you die in dead mode,
Yep.
Dead man mode, and all that, right? So you were supposed to get part of their experience when you killed them. So obviously, this causes an issue where the first thing I think of when I hear that is, I'm clearly just going to make a bunch of alt accounts, train 1 or 2 stats in safe zones on those accounts, and then just kill them on my main for the experience.
Yeah.
That's scummy as hell, but it's the most efficient way to safely train your account, right? So I think it's a good idea we ditch that concept. Good idea. Although, I mean, there's probably a way you can make it work, and I think they want to make it work. But they definitely do have to tackle that boosting aspect of it. There has to be a way that they can figure out how to fix the boosting to ever make that work. I don't know.
Yeah, the
we,
problem with the Dead Man is that our interest pretty much solely lies in watching the finale,
Yeah, it really does.
so we don't really need to spend time on it.
All right, so what else are we gonna do then? General quality of life. There's a general quality of life poll that was going on. And I think that completed. Let me go run to a poll booth really quick here, and we can see the poll results from that. All right. Yeah, here's general quality of life poll, 24th. Yeah, this one completed. The only things that did not pass were changing the order of the spell icons. I don't know why that one didn't pass.
Yeah, because if you don't like it, you can just leave it the same.
I mean, clients are already implementing it. RuneLoader does that currently, if I'm not mistaken.
You can currently do that in RuneLoader.
Huh.
It's like there's no reason not to have it accessible to everyone at that point, unless you're going to outlaw it or outlaw it rather, or disallow it, whatever you want to call it, whatever fucking word.
Yeah.
On RuneLoader, like I don't.
It's very odd to me that people complain that the vanilla client. Why doesn't the vanilla client just add all these features that we get from these other clients, and then we can just ban them? And then they're like, okay, well, we'll try to give you something that those clients have and that a lot of players want. Fails at 72%.
Yeah.
What the hell? This is what I'm talking about. That sometimes the polling system is just kind of wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I want them to pull adding like a world map into the default client and watch it fail. Like,
Yeah,
not
watch it
OP,
fail.
bro. OP, bro. Can't do it.
Too good. Can't have that. I don't know. This one just makes me scratch my head and go, why? Why would you vote no to that? But a significant amount of players did, and it wasn't just people skipping the question. A lot of people just straight up voted no. They said no. No. I think apparently I read on Reddit. I don't know if this is the reason, but the reason someone gave on Reddit was that it would make hybriding way easier. Like way easier. Because you could just put all your overheads and everything else you wanted like right there where they were comfortable.
But it would make hybriding easier across the board, so everybody's still on even footing. I don't see a problem with that.
I don't know. I guess PKers voted no because apparently you got to be using this super secret RuneLoader tech to have that feature. It's very mysterious to me why something like that would fail. Now here's one that definitely should have failed in my opinion. Should Ents be removed from the wilderness, they would still be present in the Woodcutting Guild. I don't think this is what people were asking for. People wanted changes to the Ents. I don't think this is the particular change they wanted. Right?
What changes did
they're like,
they
hey,
want?
Ents aren't still good. Can we change them? They're like, yeah, how about we just
right?
Yeah, I think players just wanted them buffed again or moved somewhere else that was in the wilderness, you know, that wasn't right next to the freaking Corp Cave. I think that's what people have a problem with, is they're right there at the Corp Cave. And when you try to use a teleporter and stuff, there's beating the shit out of you.
I've never minded it.
I never had a problem with the
Yeah, it's never bothered me either, but I think it does bother some players.
I don't know why they would, instead of moving them to a slightly different location in the wilderness, why they would just remove them completely.
Yeah,
just move the spawn over a bit and then make it a bit more worthwhile to do.
I think this is just a case of Jagex kind of just didn't understand the question, which I mean does happen. They're people too, but a resounding "What the fuck are you doing, Jagex?" Let's put it this way: if we were polling this question reversed, it almost would have passed because it's got 65% no.
Wow,
which is astounding. I don't think I've ever seen so many people say no to something in this game. Even stuff like kind of contentious stuff like when they said, "Hey, should we remove AFK Nightmare Zone?" That was still only like 50 or 60% no. I think this is the most negative thing I've ever seen. Is almost 66%, with also almost 7,000 people abstained from the question entirely. Wow. Maybe that's, if you look at the yes and no votes, it's actually about 50-50, but I guess it's just so many people abstained.
Yeah.
As I guess why it's so much no, but I don't think I've ever seen the players so much go, no, Jagex, you messed up. And there's one other one, and this is also kind of relates to PvP, which is, should special attack be visible on the combat side panel regardless of what weapon you have? and that was a no.
That only affects people who PK and want to switch tabs to prepare for a special attack. They could then right-click the special attack bar.
Mm-hmm. It makes some really tough switches possible, like rune knives to Gmaul. I think I don't really PK, but this is what I've heard. Is that it makes a couple tough switches possible. I don't know. Well, once again, I voted yes to this question just because I'm not going to use the feature, but
yeah,
I can definitely see people would want it. Like this is a good thing for the game, and I think it should be there. But a lot of players felt differently. A lot of players felt differently about this one. A lot of stuff did pass though. Everything else did pass, and there was a good 20 questions. So 17 questions passed. So let's go through the stuff that passed. Should gnome gliders be able to fly directly to any available destination without going to the Grand Tree hub?
Yes, obviously a good change. This one, I don't know why this one didn't come into the game sooner. Because not only because people have been asking about it for like a year, but I can't imagine it was a difficult fix for the devs.
No, maybe, but
probably not.
It just depends on how bad the interface really was.
Yeah,
but yeah, I can't imagine it would have taken that long. And it seems so obvious.
It's like
right?
I feel like I was hearing about this over a year ago and hoping it would come into the game, and it just didn't for so long.
Like this is one of those things where it's sometimes in games like we do things that aren't really that realistic because it makes the game more enjoyable to play.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you think about it, it kind of sort of makes sense that you should go to the Grand Tree because maybe it's like a really high point in RuneScape and you're on a glider. Like gliders don't have motors. You can't. Well, maybe magic is involved, but you're gliding, right? You need to start from a high place and go downward.
Yeah, Rob, shut up. Stop
you
it,
gotta
dude.
glide there.
You talk too much. All right. So the left click option.
We actually made the joke last week, before I got sick, that we were gonna do the podcast. We weren't gonna have Rob here, and we were just gonna like put up a static image of Rob or something, and we'd be like, "Yeah, it'd be pretty much the same podcast, right?"
Yeah. You made a joke of saying people would be like, "He's even more talkative than normal."
Be like, "Wow, dude, Rob won't stop talking."
Like I don't want to interrupt. Like you guys are talking, going back and forth. Like I don't want to butt in.
Rob is too polite. He's far too polite.
I am. I was raised with manners. You don't.
We need to get like 2 drinks in the Rob before the podcast starts, and then he'll just get in there on everything.
Drinking a beer right now.
Casual. First podcast, Rob doesn't even play because he wants to focus on the podcast. Today he's drinking and playing.
I'm doing shamans. I need something to get me through it.
Fair. We're not gonna help you with it.
Nothing will except for alcohol, probably.
Take a shot. I could. I've got.
That's true. If we make sure that Rob drinks every podcast, he'll talk more. Make up the difference.
Reach it.
Cool story, Rob.
He just keeps alcohol next to his desk.
Oh yeah, dude. I got 2 different bottles. I have this one.
Never know when you might need it.
We know what Rob does with those. That's dangerous. Letting him get those out on stream.
This is Nigel's channel, so I don't risk anything. Rob doesn't either.
No.
Nope. I'm taking all the risk here.
I dare say it could end some friendships, though.
That was a bad idea.
I could have told you that. Wasn't going to tell you to stop, though.
That was disgusting.
Kind of like Brownie for Dragon Warhammer.
True. But I'm going to lose my shit if I get the Warhammer.
Wes says depression can strike at any moment. It is important to keep the alcohol close.
No, Rock. Never again.
Oh, you want to tell us the Slivka story? I would like to hear it.
It's the worst thing I've ever put in my body.
Okay, tell us a story.
Right.
Story time.
So, like me and Rock here, I don't remember when, but we were talking at some point. It's like, yeah, like because we were staying in the same hotel. Like, yeah, man, I'm bringing some liquor to RuneFest, man. You're gonna like it. Like he was bringing absinthe and some, what was it, like plum brandy, and he's like, yeah, it's great shit. So we get there, like it was, what was it, the night? I don't remember what it was. The night after RuneFest. Like the night of RuneFest, rather. We were all back in the hotel after the event. We were all drinking, hanging out in my room. Chase went to bed because he was a little pussy.
You're not even drunk,
and-
really, dude. Usually Rob's only mean when he's drunk.
I love
Usually.
you. Buddy. You know I love you. I care for you.
Hey, I was patient zero. I was fucking sick.
True. You fucking gave everyone ruined flu.
I felt awful. I didn't sleep for the first like 3 nights, and then I was ill.
But anyway, it's this clear bottle, right? Clear bottle. And it's got fucking bugs and shit in it. Like it was made in a bathtub. Like this is like some fucking really serious shit. And I was like, all right, you know what? I'll try anything once. Like I had the absinthe first, which was really good. I didn't mind the absinthe at all. It went down really well. Then I had the Slivka shit. And it was the worst thing I have ever put in my body. Like,
And that's
to
saying
put that into
something.
perspective, I've eaten ass. And it tasted worse, like by far. And like it was there's no words in the English language that can describe how fucking terrible it is, really. I washed it down with absinthe, and that was like better. Like absinthe, like you can't get that shit in America. You can't. It's like outlawed because it's fucking awful. It used to be made with wormwood and shit, which would, you know, make you hallucinate. Like, I thought that shit would be bad, and like to wash it down with that and be like, oh god, thank you. Like that, just like comparing the two is awful. And then we had OVL Scotsman. He was there in the room with us. Jack. He's Scottish, so like he's fucking born with a bottle in his hands, basically. And like he just drinks it, and like while I'm cringing watching him sip it, he's like, oh yeah, just tastes like burning. Puts the cap back on, passes it around. It's like the most nonchalant thing. And it was, I can't, I literally, there's no words I can describe to how bad it was.
Didn't Yvetta say that it wasn't that bad?
Yeah, she poured some into a little fucking plastic cup. She like sipped it. She looked over at me. She like slyly glanced. She's like, pussy. Ain't that bad. And she like
You
drank the
little
rest of
bitch.
it. It's fucking awful. Marmite.
Also, Marmite is a thing.
I like Marmite.
Marmite's disgusting, dude.
It's pretty good.
And I have no opinion on the subject. I've never had Marmite.
Yeah.
I'm bringing some to TwitchCon.
You're
Put it on
gonna bring
my
it
jar.
down? Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I will soon have an opinion on Marmite then. All right, so let's get back to the RuneScape shit. Thank you for all the cool story bobs in the chat there. All right, here's one. Should we oh yeah, no, yeah, this is general quality of life, right? Yes, okay. Should we add a toggle for left click for pets? That passed, thank God.
Mm-hmm. So left click meaning the left click option will be walk instead of talk.
Yeah,
to.
the left click option will be walk. Well, it's a toggle. You can toggle it off and on.
Right.
So your left click can either be pick up or walk.
Is that in the
And so
game
you can
yet?
take your pet to PVMing with you or whatever.
I don't think so. Rob.
Because
Is it? I
don't
don't think it's in the game yet.
Nope.
Is it?
No.
No.
Oh.
it's not in the game yet. The reason they couldn't offer this for like forever because it was an engine feature that
Right.
they didn't have yet. They didn't have the options for it in the engine. But now we have it. Thank Christ, we have it. Taking pets to PVM, never seen that. Nobody does it because your pets get in the freaking way. You can't actually
People
like,
did it. They were just
PVM
complaining
properly.
afterwards. Like the first week raids
Yeah.
came out, I would go raiding, and I think Jack brought his mole, and somebody else brought their Jad pet, and then I was like, dude, leave the pet. Put the pet away, and they're like, no. And then we get in there like, oh my god, I keep collecting it by accident. I'm like, I fucking told you to put it away.
they just put it in their inventory eventually. Everyone learns eventually.
Yeah.
I don't know.
My favorite thing to do right now with my fucking krill pet is because like whenever you say your spot shamans, pretty much everyone stands in the same fucking square. And like when I'm hopping worlds, I'll sit there for a second and wait for their reaction. And like I had one guy before the stream when I was getting in position. He was like, "Oh my fucking god, you scared me! I thought I got the pet." And I've had so many reactions like that.
The shaman's
He
pet.
thought he got
I thought I
the
got the
krill
pet,
pet,
dude.
from
Yeah.
shamans.
Yeah.
Like what?
You didn't know what the fuck it was. It was good.
All right. So here's another question that passed. Should the bank pin feature have an option for keeping your bank unlocked over logout or world hop if you log back in within 5 minutes from the same IP address as your previous session. Now,
Yes,
I hope they don't only use IP addresses for this. I hope they use like session cookies and other stuff, because somebody could just hack you and spoof your IP. That could happen.
That is true.
I really hope they're using more than just IP addresses for this. I hope they use like MAC address, other things. There's other stuff they can do other than just your IP, but that passed. I think it's a good feature as long as security is properly done. I think this is a good feature. Thoughts?
Oh, I'm very happy
Yeah,
for it. Like as an Iron Man,
I like
when
it.
there are like certain places where you don't really have a deposit box handy. Like they did add a lot to the game to remedy that, but there are still certain areas like the RFD chest, for example. If you're hopping there a lot, buying shit out like grapes or jugs, buckets, stuff like that, you have to put in your bank pin every single time, and it's pretty awful. Like it slows it down a lot. And yeah, as long as they're handling security right, I'm extremely happy with the update.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like the people who benefit most from this are Iron Men, because obviously we need to shop. We got to go shopping. Normal players are just like, hey, GE, this is nice. I can just get everything I need. Exclusive Iron Man pain in the ass, which is hopping worlds and buying shit from shops over and over and over and over again. Yeah, it's great. And like you said, they did add deposit box to a lot of places. I remember a couple high-ranking Iron Men got hacked. Lake got hacked for the same reason. They had a pin, they disabled it so that they could buy gold ore at Blast Furnace because there was no deposit box at that point in time. So they disabled their pin to buy gold ore. You need to buy like 160,000 gold ore from the shops for 99 smithing. It takes a long time. And at that point in time, if you wanted to bank that, you weren't having a bank pin, right? It was just not a thing. Thank Christ they decided to add these deposit boxes, because it's like, yeah, there were a lot of players that weren't putting in bank pins for that reason. You shouldn't have to lower your account security to play the game properly. Like that's
a good point.
Yeah, it's no good. So stuff like this I like, as long as it's secure. I like this. Yeah, I'm still a little bit sick to Benton. I'm getting over it, but I still got a lot of crap in my throat. But a lot of people have actually told me that I sound like Snake from Metal Gear Solid, which is weird.
You want to do your impression?
Otacon.
Say Metal Gear. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't think players were meant to abuse the shops, but I shouldn't say properly. I should say that's the meta game. That's the meta game. That's the RuneScape we currently live in. Players do that. But yeah, I wouldn't say that's the intended use for those shops. I would agree with that, Rock. All right, so let's go on to the next question then. Should all elite achievement dire gear offer infinite teleports? So basically, this mainly buffs the boots and the sword, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And the sword's even included in the question.
Yeah.
It specifically says infinite teleports to Releka and Fountain of Ruin.
Yeah, it just brings them up to speed with what the rest of them have been updated to be.
Yeah.
It's consistent and it makes sense.
Yeah, it was pretty weird that for some reason the Elite Diaries didn't use infinite teleports to these places. Now, arguably, the Fountain of Ruin is pretty powerful, having infinite teleports out to Deep Wild. But I think it's balanced. I mean, you do have to do an Elite Diary for it.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Infinite teleport to Fountain of Ruin is kind of OP. Yeah, that's kind of what we're talking about. How OP is it that you can just go out there and charge as many glories as you want? Because that's the main thing people are going to use this for, right? They're going to go out there and going to charge a shitload of glories. This is gonna put a lot more Eternal Glories on the market.
Yeah, but I mean the odds aren't that good, and by the same token,
it's 1 in 10K.
Yeah, I think so. But by the same token, anybody else who's done the achievement diaries can use that sword to go and try to kill people who are charging these glories.
Yeah, it'll probably just increase the activity there, which is kind of, I'm kind of worried about it because I want to go kill Callisto at some point for the ring, but that's really going to increase the amount of activity at Callisto for sure.
Yeah, that's gonna suck or hunting for the pet.
Rob is making a face.
Oh, yeah, he is.
This guy at Shamans, he's trying to kill them with a magic combo.
What? What?
New meta.
Yeah.
Is he an Iron Man?
No, he's
Oh.
not.
Oh.
Oh. Oh. Well,
Yeah.
might change the Eternal Glory prices. I'm pretty sure it will. I'm pretty sure it will change the prices of those. But then again, it's also really nice for getting to Callisto. I didn't think of that. You don't have to go out
That
to
is
Anacron.
true.
Fountain of Rune is multi, correct?
I think
Yes.
so, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. You can probably do like 3,000 glories an hour with infinite tellies to the fountain. Pretty fast. Pretty fast. Yeah, I think it will definitely. It's definitely gonna make. Definitely gonna make that area of wilderness more lively. And I don't know about you guys, but that area of the wilderness, that particular area of the wilderness, like right around Greater Demons, the Teleporter, Fountain of Rune, Callisto, that general area of the wilderness makes me fucking shit myself. That is like the scariest area of the wilderness to me.
Also, if you go south, there's Venenatis, right?
Yeah,
The
Venenatis is
same
right
type
to the south.
type of area.
That area of the wilderness is just like, that is the no-go zone. That is
Yeah.
like you're in for a bad time if you run into anyone there. Unless they're like doing a clue or something. I don't know. I've seen bad things happen out far in the wilderness. You guys ever have this happen? You're out to do a clue. You're out to do like a clue in Deep Wild. You're running through the Greater Demons area. And there's just like piles of loot all over the ground. Like clearly people have been here and a lot of people died like very recently.
I actually haven't seen that, but I usually spend... If I go to the wilderness, I try to make sure I'm in a 2K world.
Yeah, I think you'll mostly see it if you're not on 2K Worlds, but
Yeah.
Have you seen that, Rob?
Yeah, definitely. It's some spooky shit, man.
You just go out there and you're like, dude, somebody got really wrecked. That's why I say, man, that's the scariest area of the wilderness for me. Just bodies on the floor everywhere. All right. So question number 6. Question number 5 failed. Question number 6. Once the waterfall quest is complete, should it be possible to enter the waterfall caves without needing the Gloriol's necklace?
That is a good change, I think.
It's just a convenient one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
it's a convenience thing,
Very
right?
convenient, no downside.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, the downside is we're killing the lore. Think of the lore.
No, I don't care.
The lore is you need the amulet to get in there, man.
Yeah.
I agree. It's a good change. Generally, I'm for convenience things. You've completed the quest. You put in your time. Just let me in the damn cave. You know.
Like it would be different if
I
they
think it's a
took
good
away the necessity of having the amulet during the quest. That would be stupid. But
Yeah.
as long as it's after the quest, that's fine.
Yes. Well, it specifies once the quest is complete.
Right. That's fine.
All right. Should the Grand Exchange trade history length be doubled?
Again, yes.
Rob,
Good.
you voted no, right?
I voted yes. I don't see a downside to it.
There's no
Damn it.
downside.
It doesn't affect me, but I'm sure it's
We could have just teamed
convenient
up
for other players.
on Chaser and just fucked with them and be like, I voted no, fuck mans.
What am I gonna do without my GE history, guys?
Oh,
I'm
no.
not a dick though.
It's not even that
Like, even
important to
if-
me, but there's no reason to not have that.
Yeah, exactly. Like even if it doesn't affect me, I'm not gonna skip it or vote no to it.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're better than a lot of the. I shouldn't say a lot of the players, but some of the players.
We
Because
vote
some people definitely do that.
fairly.
Some people
that's the
definitely do
thing.
that. I do know some mains that specifically vote no to anything that benefits Iron Man or Pures. It's just like, why? We
They're
pay membership
shitheads.
too.
Yeah.
Oh, and it upsets me a little bit that the community's like that. But you know, what are you gonna do? But yeah, no, it's a good change. I mean,
Mhm.
it does. I don't think it really changes that much to see more of your GE history, but it's just like, why not? You know, if they can offer it, why not?
Yeah. It's just like
I
another
think they-
convenience thing.
I think they did say in one of the Q&As that they were thinking it was like, why don't we just offer infinite GE history? And I think like Ash raised his eyebrow at it or something like that.
Yeah, that's a stupid thing to suggest.
Now I don't know if it's stupid. I mean, you can actually do it. It's just I don't know if.
Infinite is, I mean, like that's the thing.
You'd have
It
to
would start
cache
to
a
cause.
lot of data. Though,
Yeah,
for that.
exactly.
That's the
like,
thing. It would start to cause problems eventually.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Right.
You know.
No.
Yeah. Imagine not letting peers have added gloves. You know, allowed. No fun.
Also,
No
like,
fun for you.
The infinite, like it already doesn't make sense because if you want it longer, then fine. But infinite is kind of ridiculous. And think, how useful is it to know what you purchased from the GE like 8 months ago? Why does it need to be infinite? It's not helpful.
For
in any
flip
way.
Because
purposes,
you want to look
Case.
at the prices. Like they're.
But could you imagine scrolling through 8 months? Scrolling through
Yeah, like,
8
why don't we
months.
just go
I
on-
can. I have no current purchases.
Yeah, you.
Like, dude, I went through my GE history and there's nothing.
I don't think it was an Iron Man asking for the change, Rob.
Yeah, but no, it's like you already have this. Like, you can go to one of the many websites that tracks GE prices and
Yeah.
go look at a freaking graph. If you want to see what prices were 8 months ago for whatever reason.
Graphs, they're too complicated, man. Can't expect people to do that.
No, very tough.
Yep. How do
Tide
you
goes
even
in,
read
tide goes
graphs?
out. You can't explain it. You can't explain it. It's
It's an enigma.
an enigma wrapped in a mystery.
Yeah.
All right. So, should a right-click option on the NPC contact spell automatically let you contact your last NPC that you contacted?
Yes.
As somebody who is not done with 99RC, praise the
Very
Lord.
good. Very good change. And again,
Praise the
there's
Lord.
no downside. And I feel like that's pretty much the main use of it, isn't it? This change
Values my
targets
RC cape.
same relatable.
Devalues my 200 mil autism.
So that's pretty much the scenario they had in mind, though, right? It's just contacting the Dark Mage while you're doing runecrafting.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's what people use it for. Occasionally, I see people usually contact their Slayer Master.
I do.
Yeah,
I
true.
use
That's
it for
true.
Slayer.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
fair.
Some people do that. Maximum efficiency. Never return to Duradel or Neve or whoever you use. Just get your task right there.
I typically
Can
do.
you skip Slayer tasks through that menu?
No,
No,
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think so.
because it's a reward. You have to go
Yeah, you have
there
to go to the
specifically.
menu and go to the
Yeah, you got to go through the menu.
task section.
Yeah, I've never really used it, but I do know that you can do that. You can get tasks from contacting your
Oh yeah,
Slayer
yeah.
Master that way.
I did
is
that for a
pretty
very
neato.
brief amount of time, but then I realized, hey, I'm gonna save runes and not be on Lunar all the time, and just use my Slayer ring. And now,
Wow.
of course, if you've done the diary, you can also go to Duradel.
Going off the Lunar Spellbook. Weird.
I'm actually on the Lunar Spellbook right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty much always on the Lunar Spellbook because of farm runs. Just, yeah.
Fair.
It's so essential for Iron Man. Get those farm runs in.
I need to go back to Winter Tot for seeds, but I just hate it so much.
The Winter Toad.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right, so question 10. Instead of having achievement diary masters all across Karamja, should Pirate Jackie the Fruit just take over all of them?
Yeah,
I don't see why not.
it didn't really make sense because none of the other diaries had split masters like that.
The reason the Karamja diary is this way is because the Karamja diary was the first diary.
Mhm.
we
We were testing it.
Yeah.
They were just kind of implementing the feature. They're like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if like some areas of the game had neat shit like this, like kind of like sub quest things, achievements. It was the first one, so it was
Yeah.
obviously a little different. But yeah, I think this is a good change. I actually ran into this recently. When I was doing when I was completing all the diaries on my Iron Man, recording for YouTube, I tried to hand in my elite reward, assumed it was Pirate Jackie, went there, and I was like, oh, I'm a moron.
Mhm.
I have to go talk to this random SAR dude
Mhm.
downstairs in the dungeon of Karamja.
That happened to me as well because I didn't know where he was, and I
Yeah.
looked it up and I was like, oh, I have to go to this specific person for the elite one, who you've never had to interact with before that because you don't have to talk to him to start the diaries,
Yeah.
just to turn it in.
I don't know. It's unusual, but yeah, somebody in the chat says all of them are like that in RS3.
Really?
Says that.
Gross.
We got Easy Escape boys. We the Easy Escape now. Was that meme with Tom Hanks? Look at me. I'm the Easy Escape now. That's old school devs.
I thought we were gonna stop with the memes, Nigel, and just do a serious podcast.
No,
Oh.
never.
All right, cool.
Serious podcast.
Memes
Yeah,
are
good luck
here
with
to
that.
stay. Serious podcast, no fun, no memes.
We already ruined the serious
Um,
podcast when Rob told us that he's eaten ass before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
derailed everything.
It's over.
Also, if you just look at the chat, people are putting K-Konas. So,
It's gonna happen.
Twitch chat is only memes.
Hmm.
There should be, you know how there's a only mode? There should be a meme only mode. Yeah, Twitch has like a list of like approved copy pastas, and you can only paste those. Only emotes and only approved copy pastas.
But they
The only
change
things
so
that are-
often.
They do. You'd have to
Like,
submit
can you
a new
imagine if
meme.
like Ocean Man was still a thing right now?
Oh, somebody's gonna now somebody's
Brain
I
gonna.
mean,
power
was still a
spam.
thing. People still like that.
I like
haven't
the
seen it in
song, but
Twitch
like
chat.
no one
it's not
ever
prevalent,
spams
but
it.
I've seen the spam relatively recently
Do you frequent the Bodhi stream?
when I can.
No.
It's where you pick up on the new hottest copy pastas on Twitch.
Dude, the copy pastas from my charity stream were super strong.
Oh my god, they were great.
They made me laugh.
I occasionally I go on the Discord and just do Control F1 and like just copy them and put them in your stream. They're so good, man.
It takes one.
So many good
one.
one copy pastas. All right,
One more time. That was my favorite.
420, praise it. Okay, Soler.
Mm-hmm. Praise Helix. I haven't seen that one in a while. Praise Helix. It even got its own emote.
That's one of my favorite ones too.
Twitch plays Pokemon. Twitch plays Pokemon. Yeah.
Tom is gifted in the ways of the memeing. Hey guys,
He is.
Iron Nigel Owl Strix _ Iron here, back in with another weekly, bi-monthly, annual Becoming Elite Iron video.
It's great because we used to do that to we used to do this to DVS.
Yeah.
Because DVS would be like DVS would come in the chat and then instantly I would be like, all right, time to roast DVS. I'd be like, hey DVS, what's going on, man? I was like, dude, I was watching your progress video the other day. Let's show it to the stream. And I'd just pull it up on the stream and we would listen to his commentary and we'd just roast him on the spot. And we had a bunch of streamers who would do this. Because we had kind of like a tight-knit group of kind of smaller Iron Man streamers. A lot of those people have since stopped streaming, but we would just all do it like every time DVS would come in the chat. We just pull up his latest progress video and just get to work.
Poor guy.
Yeah, it was a good meme. It was fun. DVS is a good sport about it, and his progress series is great. But
DVS just followed
just
our
fun to do.
podcast Twitter. We made it, boys.
Oh, we there.
Yeah,
He did
We
it.
is famous. We're famous.
last night I think.
Mm-hmm.
I got a notification on my phone. I thought he was following me. I got excited.
Yeah, same. I was like, he's
Turns
following
out
me
he's
now,
already
and then
following me.
it switched accounts, and I was like, oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, DVS is a cool dude. I remember one time, he came into our Discord and we just hung out and talked for like hours.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's a really cool dude. I think he also brought Suspendo with him, aka Crescendo.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he just hung out
You were
there.
working on the Herblore calculator thing.
Yes, which I have used. It's a very good program if you're planning on maxing your Iron Man. I would highly recommend. All right, let's get back to the poll questions. Should there be a right-click option in the bank tab to remove all placeholders? Just in that tab.
Yeah. It's one of those
I think
things
this
that
is
I don't
useful
know
if-
why I would use.
This is really useful if your name's like Lake or something and you get hacked and you gotta clear your bank.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't think of a use for me, but again, why not? So vote yes.
Well, I think there's a lot of people who do like loot from 10,000 whatevers, and they have like a tab.
That's true.
You gotta clear out the whole dang tab and then you gotta manually remove each placeholder.
It would have been good when I
If I could just remove the tab.
sold
The
Zora
placeholder tab?
stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just kind of. I think it's kind of one of those features. Is like even if you can't think of a reason for it, it's like why not?
Be good for Novacy.
Yeah.
DBS is 29,000 subs, and he still's got a scuffed URL.
Yeah. Well, when you visit the channel URL, it just spits out that URL. What it does is say if you go to youtube.com/iron_DVS, if you go to that, it would just redirect you to that URL.
Yeah.
Is what it does.
Oh.
Like he has
So like
the
you can go
actual
to
URL.
youtube.com/iron_strix,
Alright.
or if I just visit my own channel page, it gives me that URL.
Yeah,
Like,
like
I didn't know it was
mumbo
a
jumbo.
redirect. I thought it was like
yeah.
the actual thing. I got you.
Nigel's like, if you go to iron_strix on YouTube, which you should, Let's make it not
If
an
you
if.
go,
Go to it.
If you go watch my
It's my
progress
homepage when I open my browser. So I'm just saying, like I already showed.
It's my wallpaper. Is Nigel's face. Love him so much.
You see that? You see the picture Rob posted on Twitter of me the other day? I sent
think
him
I
a snap
did.
one time, and it just says
Oh
like "fuck
my
me,
god! Yeah,
Maddie," or
you know
something.
that reminded me. That reminded me. My favorite thing that you've ever sent me was over the summer. Shane came to visit me, and we were walking around the city in Maine. And I sent you a snap of us just like out walking around the city, and you sent me one back that just said, "Holy shit, Chase, you're outside." And I still have that photo saved because I just thought it was fucking hilarious.
Oh, I have my moments. I have my moments.
It was good.
Oh. All right. Question 12. Should the two new dance emotes performed in the 4th birthday holiday event be added to the emotes panel? So memes. Memes have officially made it into RuneScape.
I don't know what they look like.
I think
Didn't
one of
click the
them's
link.
Gangnam Style.
Oh god, really?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. What's the other one, Rob? Do you know what the other one is?
I don't. I didn't do it.
No, yeah, I didn't do the event either.
I didn't either.
But I do know one of them is Gangnam Style. For a fact, I know it's Gangnam Style.
Good.
Memes.
We already had memes. Lizard Shaman are level 73, aren't they? Or not the Shaman, but Lizardmen.
Yeah, Lizardman.
Depends on where
73.
you're at.
Hmm.
73, 62, 73, 53.
Well,
The other one is Kanye West Hotline Bling. I don't think Kanye made that song.
No.
it was Drake, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Kanye West Hotline Bling. All right. Question 13. Should the destroy confirmation screen respect keyboard shortcuts for its yes and no buttons? Respond 1 for yes, 2 for no.
I actually really like that one. And
See, I like this one, but I can definitely envision scenarios where this is gonna screw someone, like
so?
accidentally dismantling something.
well, dismantling is different. Dismantling can always be reversed. Usually, like a god sword, you dismantle it, put it back together. But destroy is different, and it's like quest items you don't need. Press 1, it's destroyed. Like that's convenient. And the way that I would usually use it now is for master clues. When I get a light puzzle box, I usually use the brute force method, and the puzzle box can spawn with like a random amount of changes left before you can solve it with the brute force method. Sometimes it's really fast, sometimes it's not. And after a certain number of lines that you've gone through the brute force method, you can get lost very easily. And if you make a misclick, you might as well just destroy the puzzle box and try to get an easier spawn. So that's gonna be very helpful for that.
You know how I solve the puzzle boxes?
Spam clicking.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people do. I prefer the brute force because if you do it, like I have it memorized, I don't need to look up the brute force method. I used to have a note that I saved that Wooks had tweeted out.
It's
Remember?
disgusting. You've done enough masters that you've memorized that method.
It's a very cyclical pattern though. Like it's not hard to remember.
You do like A B A C A.
Yeah, so it's not that hard. You just have to get it. If you get it started right, you can pretty much do the rest. But yeah, being able to destroy it if it's taking fucking forever is a really nice thing to be able to do.
Yeah, you just go through like the first couple iterations. If you don't get it destroyed, get a new one.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can see how that's pretty fast actually. The one thing that I would be worried about is shift click to drop. It also is the destroy option on items.
Are you sure?
I think it is.
I think it's still just drop, isn't it?
I don't think so.
Well, a lot of items that you destroy do not have a drop option.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So their shift click option is destroy.
But it still usually brings up a confirmation screen.
I mean, what items does this actually really affect, though?
I know there's no shift click dismantle because I tried doing that a little earlier with his.
Yeah, you can't shift click dismantle. That's not a thing. But a lot of items you can dismantle, you can just drop.
Like it wouldn't auto destroy it anyway, would it? It would still bring up a confirmation, I would assume.
Not on herd pouch. Yeah, herd pouch would be one. I don't know. I don't know if they intended to only do it for a drop or only destroy. I don't know exactly how it works, but
Tom is saying it wouldn't.
I don't know. I'm saying potentially it could be an issue. Some people in the chat are saying it doesn't work, but maybe they did foresee that change and didn't implement shift to destroy. I thought shift worked with destroy as well, but I think chat's correcting me here. If that's the case, then maybe I'm being worried for no reason. But I think maybe this could cause an issue for some players, but it's probably fine, right?
Yeah.
It's probably fine. This is why we should just have toggles for everything, right? Toggle escape.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I was thinking it was different. Your release for chins.
Yeah.
That's why I was thinking it was different. Yep, Dynam's got it. That's why I had a different option in my head. Tom just sent me a PM in game.
I have my
You
chat off
laugh.
during the podcast.
It's a good one. Okay, so here's question 14. Should POH jewelry box menu be redesigned based on this player submitted design, which you can't click the design anymore, but it's a really nice looking menu, okay? Keyboard shortcuts would still be available.
I didn't even look at the design.
It's very nice. It
It's
looks
a nice
very
interface.
clean.
Okay. I
a lot
either
better than
voted
what we have
yes or abstained, and because I just couldn't be fucked to look at it.
You're like, oh, I have to go to a website? No.
No, I actually do check out
No.
a lot of them. Like the links, they do make it very easy. But I just didn't. I don't know. I just didn't care enough at the time, or I was. I don't know. I was pet hunting. All right. I was probably down in the mole
You're like, I
tunnels
had moles
crying.
to slay. That was
Yeah.
very important.
Yeah.
Congratulations on the mole, by the way.
Oh, thank you, Nigel.
Not iron, not relevant.
Where's my GZ, bitch?
1 GZ.
That's fine.
You get 1 GZ.
That's enough. I don't need your.
I really
GZ
want to
of
implement
moped.
RevloBot and make a GZ's currency. Have RevloBot give no currency to anyone, and I just have to manually give them GZs.
Standardized
Using
GZ chart. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
See, the only problem is you can't give partial GZs to people, so we have to up the increments of GZs. So like the minimum GZ is 1 that you can give someone. So we'd have to kind of change the
Like
weighting.
the standard
of
would
things.
be 2.
Yeah, like the standard for Iron Man would be 2 or something.
Yeah.
Standard for mains is like 1. Ulti irons is 3.
How about standard for everybody is just none? We're not impressed. Fuck you.
Yeah, your account sucks. Try harder. No GZs for you. We could have a micro GZ currency for mains. Mains don't deserve any GZs.
Sad
What
day.
is the GZ rate these days? 1 GZ is equal to 0 mil old score SGP.
What is it rate on the open market?
1
It's
Bitcoin.
worth
1 Bitcoin.
1 Bitcoin.
That's
Yeah.
eyeballing it.
I would say our Bitcoin's actually kind of expensive these
They
days.
are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyone here into the Bitcoin farming market?
Thought about getting
None of
into it.
us.
Nah.
I remember for a while there, actually, interesting side tangent here. For a while there, Bitcoin was not worth enough for you to set up a Bitcoin mining rig, which is basically just a computer that crunches numbers all the time. It wasn't even worth the money that you would spend on power consumption, like on your electricity,
God.
to mine the Bitcoins. Like it wasn't even worth it. Was not worth it.
And now it's like if you
how
got
can
in
you
on the
support
ground
a currency
floor.
that isn't worth getting? You know.
Mine for the future.
Mine for the future, mankind.
Yeah.
Or just buy Bitcoins that other people have mined.
That
Capitalism.
too. Yeah. I
Allow
mean,
me
if
to
that's,
purchase your labor.
if that's accurate, like 1 Bitcoin right now is fucking nearly $1,300.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You can get this
Okay.
USD.
I know someone bought a fucking Ferrari a couple of years ago with USD.
You mean with Bitcoins?
Or yeah, Bitcoins.
Well, that was pretty standard here, Rob.
I remember when Bitcoins tanked. There's a subreddit called Wall Street Bets, and basically what they do is, as implied, they make bets on like stocks and things like that, and try to see if they can win it big. So somebody made a big ass buy on Bitcoins when they like tanked in price. Guy's probably actually a millionaire now, so lucky dude.
I went and hung out with Steve and another friend of mine today, and one of them told me that Snapchat went public today, and their estimated value is $35 million.
That's it?
I mean, you said it's it, but you do realize that that app it's purely like a fun app. Like, they tried implementing like other apps within it, like pay with Snapchat or whatever, but like It's all like,
It's
it's mostly
hard to
theoretical.
monetize.
It's mostly theoretical value. $35 million of theoretical value for Snapchat.
Yeah, what is the actual monetization stream for Snapchat?
Right. Do you even see ads on Snapchat?
Well, there's like sponsored posts and stuff. on
Right.
Yeah, you
Snapchat.
get
Yeah,
sponsored
there's
filters and
news
such.
and mail or whatever. But yeah, but other than that, like
That as well. You can pay for replays and such.
mhm.
Does anyone actually do that? Has anyone ever paid for a replay
I
here?
hope
I
not.
did.
I have not.
Once. It was for nudes.
I mean, I would assume.
Well, oh, there you go.
It was $1. It was worth it.
Today I learned
the
Rob
person
will pay
sold
$1
you.
for your nudes.
Yeah, the person sold you their nudes
Basically.
using Snapchat.
He's
as
like, well, I
an
got it for free the
intermediary.
first time.
Not enough.
Okay, back to RuneScape. Should the friends list and chat channel interface be sortable by all their columns so that it's easier to find people?
Sure, why not?
Yeah. So you could like let's see, you could sort by world, by player name, I think. I think it would just be world and player name. I think that's the two columns.
Mhm.
So this is really useful because you got 400 friggin' people on your friends list sometimes. I've tried to PM people occasionally and I just can't find them in my friends list.
Same.
Or occasionally I'll try to remove people, and it's hard to find them in my friends list because there's so many people. Snapchat's market value is 40 billion.
Well, that's a
not 25
lie.
million. Seems legit. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, that's just a
I
lie.
don't really look at market values of companies, so I don't know enough
I'm willing to
dispute that
bet
fact.
profitable, solid revenue generating companies bigger than Snapchat are not worth 40 billion, so I guarantee that's wrong. There's
All
no
right,
way.
here's a fun exercise. Somebody in the chat, find me a list of countries that Snapchat's valuation is bigger than their like GDP. I bet there's like some really small countries out there that's like, hey, Snapchat's bigger than this country. Yeah, if one of my mods could get a permit there for Jack.
Is this legit source?
Anyways.
Is it from CNN?
Yeah, CNN, money.cnn.
What am I hearing? Sorry. For anybody watching this on YouTube, CNN apparently is a fucking shitlord, and an ad started playing. So that's the desktop audio you just heard.
Oh, ads.
Fuck you, CNN.
You don't have ad block?
I do have ad block,
Bro.
actually.
Oh, they have some like some super
Some
secret
embedded
tech.
video or some shit.
Mm.
Fuck you, CNN.
Embedded videos that autoplay is just why. Just
Well, then,
why?
the person I hung out with today very much lowballed their market value. That's unbelievable. I should have studied coding in college. I should have learned Objective C, and I should have made some dumb shit app that I could have sold for $1 billion. Seriously.
Yeah. Why do you think I'm studying programming?
So you can
Hey,
stream
Lamar.
RS.
You
Yes.
gotta develop
right.
the future of VR porn.
Gotta develop a competition for Conduit Nose Buddy.
Yeah.
For Iron Man only.
Is there any money to be made in RuneScape clients at this point?
Yes, for
kinda
e-daters. Implement like cross world, like you can plug in like a
E-Dater client and E-Dater
Yeah.
client.
yeah,
Oh
like you
my
can plug in a dildo
God.
into one, a flashlight into the other, and then like you guys meet up in some romantic, maybe like the beach off the side of Phillip Hills, by the water.
Oh
Some
my
palm
God.
trees, some birds
You can see
flying
the
around,
fucking
man.
ogres with the
And
boat
you
in the
guys
water.
just go straight on it in the beach, dude.
No, what you
You
do?
make money.
Go subtler than that. In the right click, right below where it says hop 2, make it say like hug.
Oh my God.
That's
Just
too
change
hard,
all the
man.
click options to just like
Yeah.
really
Really stupid.
E-dating shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
While Rance is
Oh.
watching.
Rance could get it, man.
Oh my god.
Oh my God. So
You will be the
I'm waiting for
stabby
somebody
thrower.
somebody to like post like a silly looking picture of Rant and just like when you're watching two E-daters go at it, it's a picture of Rant. Should the okay, let's get back to RuneScape.
No.
You guys broke me. It's like every question. We go through a question and all of a sudden it's like, hey, here's something interesting.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the boat that travels to and from Dragontooth Isle, which is accessible from Port Phasmatous docks, by the way, should have a right-click option for instant travel, and should you be able to pay 500 Ecto tokens to get unlimited free trips in the future. Very good
Yes.
update. Yes and yes.
Just yes.
Yeah, that like
So much yes.
how much does it cost you for one trip? It's like 50, isn't it?
50 or 15? I think it's 50.
It's more than 15. I know that. I think it's 50, and then like
Yeah, I think it's
25
50,
or 35 with the Ring of Karos or whatever it is.
Yeah,
So
which nobody uses.
10 trips, and that 500 one-off fee is paid for, and it's infinite after that. That's really good. There are multiple clue steps there on that island.
What is twitch.tv? TWICH. Twitch.
Scuff.
What?
Scuff mod.
But yeah, no, it's like it's a good change because you go there for elite clues all the time, right?
Mm-hmm. And there's a master
Yeah, I
step
think
there
it's
too.
elite clues tab. Oh yeah, there's a masters. Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, so good change. Because it's very annoying. Also, you gotta wear. It just annoys me so much. I gotta wear the Ghost Cami to go there.
With the fast travel option, you might not need to anymore though.
Yeah. If I were to guess, I would say the JMods implement it in such a way that you'd still have to, but
Probably.
part of me kind of hopes that they just don't,
Yeah.
because I prefer to wear my graceful and not put on my more tiny legs.
You don't just,
Alrighty.
you can just use the amulet. Keep wearing your graceful.
True. But what if I drop the amulet because more tiny legs are an amulet?
Get a new one? I mean, I don't.
That's
I already
XP waste.
I guess. But
The XP waste can literally be an excuse for everything.
I taught Kristen the mantra XP waste today. She stopped by before the podcast.
Yeah.
And then she asked me, I mentioned that we might want to do a podcast when we're in California in October.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, how are you going to do that? And I was like, oh, Rob's bringing his laptop. And she said, are you bringing anything? And I said, no. My laptop's not good enough to really play from anymore anyway. And she said, what about, how are you going to get your RuneScape fix? And I said, I'm not. It's going to be a week of XP waste.
I mean, I'll sell you like an hour at a time.
Sell. I thought we were.
Yeah,
I thought we were friends. What the fuck?
Like a fucking drug
I'll
dealer.
give you
Sell.
I'll
It's like,
give
hey,
you a
man.
discounted rate.
Sell.
You know, like $5 an hour. Get your battle staves, do your dailies, maybe a little bit of
Oh
bossing,
god.
whatever
No.
you need, man.
No.
Just a little bit of
Ooh, I
power.
got you.
Sell.
I got you, homie.
Sell.
And Chase is over here. He's like, hey man, can I kill some bosses real quick now? You know? I gotta get my pets, dude. Oh, God. All right. Should the Vac Apothecary offer energy potions to FTP players?
Sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
I voted yes, but actually some people were pretty upset about this one.
Why?
Apparently it's that's a members feature. Get members, you scrub.
But
Good
no.
reasoning. But the FTP community is actually like pretty big. There are some people that
Yeah.
used to play FTP, for like PKing and things like that, because they like the FTP PKing scene. And energy potions is just one of those things that I think is just kind of like, it's one of those things that when you play members, they're like, oh god, yes. And another problem is, believe it or not, that a lot of people who play FTP actually have membership, but they play on FTP for PKing or whatever. They have membership, so what they'll do, they'll hop to a members world, drink a stand pot, go run out to whatever area, teleport out to like Anakarl, run to whatever area in the wilderness that their clan is having a fight, and then hop to an FTP world. Kind of not really fair if you're an FTP only player.
That's true.
And I mean, so just giving them regular energy potions, they still don't have the same advantage that members would have in that instance, but they're kind of on a little bit more even footing. They can just take like an energy potion out there. It's a little bit better.
Especially since they don't have agility levels. Like,
yeah, they don't get agility.
Oh, true.
and like it's costing them what, like a bar of chocolate and a Limport root for every one. That's pretty substantial in cost. Limport roots alone are what, like 2k each, like 1k each. That's a lot more than I'd ever pay for a fucking standard energy potion.
Yeah, well, yeah, it does. Mudkip does have a good point, which is it does change the meta for like rune crafting. FTP rune crafting.
I guess so.
To me, it's FTP rune crafting.
Yeah.
How much do we actually care about that meta?
Right.
But, yeah, it does change things. It does change things for players.
350 each. Never mind.
For what?
Limp work costs. I thought they were still over 1,000.
I thought they were too.
Oh no. Yeah, they tanked because of Slayer. They tanked hard.
I'm sorry. I'm an Iron Man. I don't look at prices.
In Rob's
Wait,
defense,
what?
I thought they were so expensive too.
Nah, I don't even trade, and I knew they were cheap.
Well,
Then again, what use do you have to ever make potions ever again?
Right, that's the thing. Like I just put them on the GG
Yeah.
and take the money out. I don't
That
really pay
too.
attention.
You probably see those items less than I do. Right. So FTP energy potions is a thing. Cool. Shop price of grimy herbs being increased by a few coins so that they appear above bones.
I like that. Just a nice little convenience thing, especially while
Yeah.
slaying.
Yeah, it's really weird because a lot of times I don't even see bones while doing Slayer because Bone Crusher.
Mhm.
But for every once in a while I'll be killing something and bones do drop, and then I'm trying to pick up the herbs and I just pick up the bones. I'm like, wait, what? It just seems like such an obvious thing. Isn't it weird how things like this happen because of that's just how the engine handles that?
Yeah.
The most expensive items sit on top of the stack because you want to loot those first, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. Wouldn't you think in like a game you could just customize which items appear above and below other items, like on like
Maybe
a
some
list,
other
like a
game,
table?
yeah.
Yeah, not RuneScape.
Not this
no.
Frankenstein game that we've been playing.
No, not in RuneScape. I don't know. I'm sure RS3 has that feature. Their engine wasn't made in like the Stone Age.
Yeah, but who cares?
Nope. Mm-mm. All right, so yeah, that's all the poll question stuff.
Yep.
Yes. But future poll. There's a future poll, also known as a dev blog thing.
For the month
So
end?
they want to do a month ahead is what we're looking at. We were already looking at the month ahead, but now we're looking kind of at like we're gonna look at the Inferno, Fossil Island, and the Slayer and Skill Cape poll. So we'll
Okay.
look at that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it says on the website it says something about we will be running a poll specifically based around skill capes and skill capes perks. We see these suggestions all the time. They come up in the Q&A all the time. Like it seems like every week somebody's asking a question about some skill cape perk. Recently, the runecrafting skill cape perk got changed. That was pretty good. They changed it to your pouches no longer degrade,
Right.
which I think is really nice. I think it was a really nice change. What was it before? What was the perk before?
You didn't need any talismans to
That's
get
what it
into
was,
altars.
Yeah, that's right. It still has that perk too. It's got both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's because some of the skill cape perks are completely awful. Isn't that the Herbler perk? You get a mortar and pestle when you
Yeah.
activate
Yep.
the cape. It's just like why? Just why?
Maybe you want to make a potion on the go.
Yeah, it's like the amulet of chemistry is more powerful than the Herblore cape. Like, come on.
And it's not even like, do you want to make a potion on the go? It's like, do you want to make a potion that specifically requires something to be ground up on the go?
Yeah.
With a very easily
Fletching's
accessible
awful
resource
too,
anyway.
yeah. There's so many things that are just like, why? Why is
What is fletching?
why do some capes have amazing perks? Why do some have shit perks?
What's the fletching one again?
I don't even know.
No
if you can't
idea.
remember it, it's bad.
Like I literally don't even know. Arnie says, "Can you still solo bandits with mage?" No, I think they patched it, but I'm not sure. I never really did it. Yeah, so it's good that they're gonna fix these, right? So there's a dev blog coming later in March. They'll be discussing it. Fletching is apparently a free grapple.
Free grapple is
what
right.
it is. Mithril grapples.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Yep.
Where's the point
Awesome.
of that?
I don't know.
I can't think.
Because no matter what, you're taking up the inventory space. It's either you have the grapple or the cape.
Which would you rather have, a grapple or a cape in your inventory?
Probably.
It doesn't matter. They're the same.
Yeah, the funny part is it's only 3 times a day. it's not infinite grapples.
Oh, really?
That's so much worse.
You get a crossbow with it too.
So if you wanted to have like a grapple drop party, you can't even do that. Or you can only have
you don't have to bring a crossbow. It also gives you a free crossbow.
Still.
So basically you can use it to quickly get over crossbow shortcuts.
But only 3 times a day.
But only 3 times a day. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's still garbage.
Yeah, it's like I use that all the time. It's an essential part of my farm run. Like, what? The way you're doing farm runs is scuffed. So, yeah, I mean, we can try and compile our list of capes that we think need a change, right? Obviously, the 2 we just mentioned go on there. What other capes have shit perks?
Cape do?
Smithing cape, actually, a lot of skillers kind of hate that the skilling cape was changed at one point in time. The smithing cape, rather. A lot of skillers really dislike it. It used to function just like goldsmith gauntlets, but you could wear it on your back.
Oh.
So you could wear full graceful. Well, you can't because you're wearing the cape, but Oh well, no, you could wear the max cape because the max cape functions as graceful, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could wear full graceful, and have I don't think it really matters that much because you're always running back and forth. Yeah. Or is the ore heavy enough that it overcomes the weight and the negative weight? It does. So yeah, having the cape would help then. Having a max cape. So they changed it to instead now I think it functions as the ice gloves instead of as the goldsmithing gauntlet. So they changed it the other way around, basically. I think that's what it does now.
Ice gloves, so that you can.
Yeah, because the ice gloves instantly cool the bars.
Right. So I guess it's in effect is it the same then?
Oh no! What the smithing? No, it's what it is. I just remember it's coal bag. It functions as a coal bag. Sorry.
Okay.
I mean it functions as a coal bag.
Oh.
Is what it does. That's what it does.
That is very different and makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like nobody uses it though.
Yeah.
Everyone does gold. Everyone does gold.
That's a very good point. Yeah. Especially if you have already done.
Especially if you're somebody who's getting 99.
Some people do steel for money.
Yeah, but I mean, we already have
upwards of like 2 mil an hour.
I mean, I guess it means you have to make one less trip to the because you can.
Do they both work though? Like, can you have one coal bag in inventory and use the cape as well?
Yeah,
that's still pretty convenient. Then
you're saying it's an increase to the bag capacity if you're wearing it.
Oh, it increases the bag capacity. Okay, yeah, that's what it does.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't. I know a lot of people didn't like that change.
So basically,
even though
capes,
I think it was polled, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
It was a polled change.
Basically, it's the same thing, which is that some skill cape perks are really good and some of them are absolute shit. Ashton.
Yeah, in like 2 hours.
Ashton, we're podcasting.
She's just asking about dinner. Sorry.
God, you can't.
She's asking when I want her to start dinner tonight. Yeah, let me just go ahead and pull up all the perks so we don't look like morons. OSRS skill K perks. Capes of accomplishment. There we are. Does it have the ones with the... Okay, here's the perks. Right. So graceful functions as agility cape functions as graceful cape. That's good, right? We like that? Everyone likes that?
Yes.
Mom, we're doing a podcast.
Yeah. Hot pockets.
Where's my tendies, Mom? Attack cape is free access to Cyclopses in the Warriors Guild.
Yeah.
I've never used this.
No.
I don't mind it, but it's not good, really, in my opinion.
I'm never going to use that, I don't think. I've been maxed since August. I have all the perks. I've never used that one.
I guess if you lost your defender.
Yeah, I mean, arguably it's good for accounts that might lose their defender, but most of those accounts don't have 99 attack, do they?
Or if they do,
they have 99 strength instead.
If they know they're going to lose a lot of defenders, they've probably stocked up beforehand anyway.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't even matter that much now because can't you just get them back from Perdo or whatever?
Yeah, you repair it.
Or no, you repair them.
you
Yeah, you
repair
repair it. I think if you die with a deep wild, you still just lose it, right?
I think so, yeah.
After 20.
Yeah, it just turns into coins, it vanishes. Do we have any ideas of what we could change that to?
I think Shane brought this up in my stream once. I think he said that we talked about this before. I think it's changing it so that your minimum hit is a 1, so that you never hit a 0.
Yeah,
if you're gonna roll a 0,
you never basically you never miss while
Right.
wearing it. Not that I mean you still technically can miss, but your 1 will be your minimum hit when you miss.
Right.
Instead of 0. Yeah, because if you guys don't know how the combat calculation in RuneScape works, it basically rolls to see if you hit the monster. If you hit the monster, it will then roll for damage. Otherwise, it will roll. It will just automatically hit a 0 if you miss.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is you can hit the monster and still hit a 0. So yeah,
Right,
basically, it's important to make the distinction between the two.
Yeah, you could succeed in hitting, but then roll a 0 for damage.
Yeah, so basically,
or you could miss.
I don't know how OP that would be.
We talked about it before, I think, on our first podcast, right? We
Yeah, I
briefly
feel like we
covered
did.
it, and we were like, it doesn't sound that OP, but for certain things, it definitely could be. Like where if you're at a boss that has very high defense, and you normally would be hitting a lot of 0s, you're slowly whittling its health down instead. So it would definitely change things, but it also certainly sounds nicer than, hey, you can go back and kill Cyclops if you want to.
Dyden brings up a good point. It is best for spec weapons that you only require a hit.
That would be
Dragon Warhammer. It
that
makes
would
Dragon
be
Warhammer
broken.
never miss.
That would be broken.
Yeah, okay, well, we can't have that then.
No.
Too good. It is too good.
Yeah.
Dyden bringing up a very good point. Yep, so too good.
But isn't Dragon Warhammer spec based on the damage?
No.
Based on whether or not you hit.
BGS is the one that's based on damage.
Yep.
Dragon Warhammer is, if you hit, it's a flat 30% reduction.
Yeah, that's broken.
That would be broken.
Yeah, it's busted. Arclight also works like that. It's a flat 10%. But it's like 10% attack, strength, and defense, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that. It's a podcast, but I have to share this. Let me take a look here.
It's an LE
you got, man?
sigil split.
Oh, somebody got an LE split.
Bro,
Yeah.
nice.
If only it was
And
like
of course,
4 months ago.
Cricket. Of course, Cricket's there. I know that guy. He's a lucky motherfucker.
That's true. It could just
Right. So, do we have any better attack cape perk?
Well, what Jack is saying is that instead of it being 100% of the time, have it be a chance to change your 0 into a 1.
If it was a minimum 1 only on successful hits. So you couldn't possibly hit a 0 as a
That's
successful
also a
hit.
good change. Diadem coming in with the ideas here.
Or possibly it could just drastically reduce your chance of hitting or of missing
Right.
instead
but
of
like-
making it always hit.
Would that make it useful though? Like over, say, a fire cape?
I think even if it just provided a huge accuracy buff to the point where it's like you miss significantly less often, but not never.
Right.
If you just significantly less often you hit 0s.
Then it
So
could
it just
be
basically it say like it have the number of 0s you hit, and change all those 0s to 1s. Instead of making them hits, it just made them, you still technically missed, but you score a hit as a 1. Like it just provides a buff to all those misses.
I guess it would
I think
still
it
be
would
hard to
still be
say
useful.
whether
Well, I think people bring attack cape switches for things like Dragon Warhammers and stuff like that,
yeah, I guess so.
just because of that higher chance to hit. People really want that. I don't know, possibly too OP, but I think it's I think it's better than the current perk, right?
They could
Yes,
remove the current perk
definitely.
and it'd be better than the current perk.
It could have no perk and it would be better.
Yeah.
Could just be cosmetic.
Right. So construction cape, this one's good, right?
Oh yeah.
This doesn't need any change. Unlimited
Yeah, no, that one's
POH
good.
teleports.
That one already
Yeah.
was changed. That's the thing, because it used to offer, I think,
Yeah.
3 or 5 teleports to a player-owned house portal location a day.
And then they were like, "Hey, let's make it infinite."
Yeah.
And
Infinite
max players
change,
everywhere
super
creamed
nice.
themselves.
Yes, because now I can literally use my max cape to go to my house and recharge everything anytime I want to. It
Yep.
is
And then you
super
can
powerful.
bank.
Yes, and then I can use the crafting guild teleport.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Crafting
just-
Guild is the unofficial max guild,
Yeah, it is. It is.
pretty much. Defense cape. The toggleable ring. Well, we skipped the crafting cape and the cooking cape, but those are good, right?
Those are fine. Yep.
Yeah. Defense cape. Toggleable ring of life. Do we think this is good?
It's not bad.
I think it is good. It has
Yeah.
a niche use, which is hardcore Iron Man.
I mean, it's also it's also on the max cape, toggleable on the max cape too. So if you're already wearing that and you're somewhere dangerous, if it procs, it can save you.
Yeah. I mean, for hardcore Iron Man, for those of you guys who don't know, it's the meta for Zulrah is to wear a defense cape.
Yep.
Because you can't possibly wear a ring of life, because you need to wear the recoils.
Mm.
So the meta is you wear a defense cape, or at least theoretically. A lot of people have said, "Nah, I don't need it," and then disconnected and died. But yeah, it'll save your bacon. And if you have the elite, if you have the Western Elite Diary as well, you have 2 chances for the cape to proc. So
Yes.
twice as much security. Use protection, kids. It's good. Right. So we want that one, even though it's kind of wimpy for the rest of the RuneScape world, right?
Yeah, but again, we're saying like not all the skill cape perks are created equal. We just said that the attack one is fucking useless, so it being wimpy for other stuff is kind of all right because it does have a use.
Yeah. Which some of these just really don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. How do we farming cape? Farming cape's fine, right?
What does it do?
5% increase.
It's like
In
increased yield.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Basically another magic secateurs, and they do stack.
Yep.
They do stack together. So I don't think I'd want that one improved more.
No.
Fire making cape. I think this one could be buffed. Acts as an inextinguishable light source.
But so does Candor and Headgear, and so do Bullseye Lanterns.
Yeah. So do a lot of things in the game.
Yeah.
So does Brumatorch.
Yep.
It'd be cool to have the option to light fires to things without a tinderbox,
Just look at that meme.
as well as being an inextinguishable light source.
So good.
You light fires with your mind.
Yeah.
I mean, the emote is literally like you just like start a fire in your hand, right?
Yeah.
Is that what the emote is?
Mhm.
Yeah. I want to be able to light fires by left clicking my logs. Easy escape. Just easy escape style. Just left click, light log.
Unlimited teleports to Winter Tot.
That might not be bad either.
Yeah. It's not bad, but
Well, you
Why
can
would
already
you
have
wanna
that.
go
It's
back?
on the game necklace. That's pretty much unlimited.
yeah, that's
Games
the
necklace
thing.
costs like nothing.
Games necklace / when you have it in your jewelry box, it is unlimited already.
Yeah, that is actually unlimited. It's stuck in my house though. I want it in my inventory, Dad.
No, go to your room.
You should up my allowance.
We'll talk about it.
Free maple
No
log
more.
3 times a day. Fuck off.
Free maple log. How about 5 times a day? Then we'll talk.
I need my maple log allowance increased.
You should write like a really well thought out Reddit post about how that's a good idea because it's so versatile. Because you could turn it into a bow. You could
You could
burn the
do
log. Like
anything.
you could
You could do anything.
let
with
people
it.
play the way they want to. Do what you want with.
That's just the way I
with
like
the
to make my
maple
maple
log.
bows.
Yeah.
This is how I plan to get 99
Okay.
fletching on my hardcore iron.
Use it for maximum efficiency. Do it before the global timer reset. Get 6 maple logs.
5 times is OP. All right, well 3 times then.
Okay.
That's clearly balanced. But no, do you guys think left click to burn logs is really OP?
I mean, kind of, but not really, because with Winter Tot being the meta, how much does it really matter at this point?
Good old winter thought. I mean, arguably the only people this ever benefits is efficiency players
Yeah.
because it's more XP efficient to burn logs than it is to play
Mhm.
Winter Todd. And wouldn't those players kind of hate this change because it's an easy escape change?
Maybe.
Hmm.
But again, I say, who
I don't
cares? Keeping with
The
the theme of
unlimited
offending
teleports to
people.
Winter Todd thing might be good.
It's not a bad change. It's just not necessary.
Yeah, I think it's bad for the intended audience, which is XP nerds.
I like XP.
I feel like they wouldn't like it.
Suppose.
But what do I know? I'm not really an XP nerd. All right. So if anyone in the chat has better ideas than what's been said, we would love to hear it. But pretty much what we've got for this one. I'm going to go ahead and move on. I'm going to quickly address Cricket's question as well. It says, what are you trying to say about me being there for the Ellie? I'm trying to say that your luck, I've seen your luck, man. Your luck is good. You need to share.
We do have questions from the Twitter account this week, don't we?
Oh, yes, we do.
So let me open
We're currently at an hour and a half, so we've got plenty of time. I feel like there's no rush.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you were saying we were out.
No.
Okay.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying we're out of stuff to say on the fire cape, I think.
Okay. My mistake.
Yeah. Misunderstanding. Fishing cape. Unlimited teleports to fishing guild. Could this be better somehow? Who actually teleports to the fishing guild for anything other than clues?
Me.
Also, it's on the skills necklace.
I do it by accident when I mean to go to the crafting guild on the max cape.
Yeah.
That's the only time I ever do it.
What else could this possibly be? Increased catch rate?
Slightly increased, like 5%. Increased catch rate.
Don't need a harpoon or a net, for example.
Infinite net spawn.
No, I wouldn't
5
like
nets per day. You get a net allowance.
You can have one small net.
that.
If you need a big net, go fuck yourself.
If you need a big net, we'll let you combine 2 small nets. But you gotta use your rope, which you get from your you get a rope from your rope making cape. Only 5 per day though.
you can barehand fish. You can't barehand from net spots.
I'm gonna barehand that ass.
You can't barehand monkfish.
Yeah, you can only barehand fish certain things.
Yeah, anything from
It would be cool. No, it would be actually cool. Fishing cape perk, you can just barehand everything.
That would be cool, yeah.
Barehand everything, just all of it.
Yeah.
I think that would be cool.
That's not bad.
Except for bait and fish. Yeah, the ones that require bait should still require bait.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be cool if you didn't require the rod in your inventory. It would be really weird. You would like put the bait in your hand, just
Lure them in and punch them in the face.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know, not necessarily. Like there are some cultures in the Caribbeans that they like island cultures. They do barehand fish without a rod, but they still use a line, and they'll wrap it around their hand, and they just toss it overboard, and whenever they get a bite, they just fucking yank on it and roll it up into their boat, and they just toss it back out again. You don't necessarily need a rod to do it. The same
barehand barbfish 1 tick. Are you trying to say that it's 1 tick to barehand fish, or
no?
If that was a thing, oh my god, fishing XP rates post 99 would be retarded.
Yeah,
I'd get 99 strength there and agility.
Yeah.
5 feathers or bait a day. Oh my gosh.
How about 3 fish in a bowl from the fishing cape per day? 3 pet fish per day. Because so you have somebody to make. Well, in case you're lonely, right?
Yeah, in case you need a friend.
Well, that's what we have the Eat-Eater client for.
Fish in a bowl.
What if your Eat-Eater client?
So that if you're lonely, you get a fish in a bowl, and then if your first fish is lonely, you get another one. That's why.
I need my fish allowance up to 5 a day.
No.
Oh. Okay, so I think that's some good ideas for the fishing cape. Here's the one we were talking about earlier, fletching cape.
Yeah.
I can improve fletching cape.
Make it not garbage.
Okay, but how, Rob? We already know it's garbage.
What does it do currently? I don't remember.
Currently, it is.
Oh, the grapple.
You didn't remember.
Crossbow.
It was that bad. I didn't care to remember it. How can we make it better? Fuck. I don't actually.
You could. The use option could give you instead a crew chair and a rope 3 times a day.
Actually, no, never mind. That'd be stupid.
You can make it so you
Well,
don't
actually,
need...
no. We're forgetting there is an unwritten perk on this cape, which is it's used to trim your cooking cape.
That is true. That is fair.
You know the saddest part Those were my first 2 capes on this account.
Of
Like
course.
2.5 years ago.
Of course.
Oh my
of course,
God.
man.
What you can do is have it so that when you're stringing bows, it increases the speed with which that happens.
I would not do that.
Why not?
Yeah, I'm a little bit hesitant to want to add perks that just straight up just say, hey, you have 99, the skill is now better.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's to
I
a step that most
I
people
kinda
are
like
not
more
going to be
convenient
doing
things.
post 99. Who's stringing bows?
Yeah,
Post
yeah,
99.
exactly. Who strings bows? That's true.
I'm gonna string
Nobody.
8,000.
You don't have 99.
Oh, you know, I've got a fun idea. It's totally as useless as the current cape. 99 fletching allows you to make comp bows.
Devalues treasure trails.
I wouldn't mind it like you not needing a knife to make bows.
That'd be cool. Just get
Well, you're
karate
just gonna make
chop
the
through
bow
the
with your
logs.
hands?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, fucking Chuck Norris that shit.
Oh, let's tear apart the log. Oh my god, dude. Remote contact Elfine 3 times a day for a crystal bow.
Do you need
That's not a bad
You
idea.
need
That's not a bad idea,
three?
Newbie.
Do you need 3 crystal bows a day? What are you doing with
I do
them?
going through shamans.
You
yes.
do shamans.
Oh. Yeah.
Actually,
would
it'd be
love
really
that.
cool just if in general, maybe if it did something with the crystal bow. I don't know. Maybe you could recharge your
Yeah.
own crystal bow. Actually, no, that sounds like more like something you get from a quest reward. The ability to
Yeah.
recharge your own crystal bow.
Anything that makes it so you don't have to go to the Elven Forest, though, is a good thing.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the Fletching Cape's a tough one, isn't it? It's a tough one.
Leave it the way it is. Grapple party. Rob's-
Here's an item not a lot of people know about. The bolt pouch.
Oh, yeah, that's a thing.
Could maybe have it function as like a bolt pouch, but for ranged equipment. Bagscape. We like Bagscape, right?
I guess.
I don't know. This one's a tough one.
But there's an ammo slot.
It's
Why would you need
just
a
a
bolt
shit cape,
pouch?
right? Like, it's a shit skill. It's a shit cape. We don't like it.
Pretty much.
It's hard, man.
Yeah, well,
It doesn't even deserve a perk. Its perk is that it trims the cooking cape. That's the perk.
Its perk is
Yeah,
that
this
if you
is a
get it
tough one.
second, it trims whatever cape you had first. You're welcome.
I'm sure there's somebody who's way smarter than us that already figured this cape out.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, they're on Reddit and they're like, "Duh,
Please
dude."
direct suggestions for the Fletching Cape perk to RFD podcast OSRS at gmail.com.
Or, you know, to the JMods because they're going to make a dublog. That would be good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, any of these ideas you guys think are really good, I mean, feel free to send them to the JMods because they're going to be running up a dublog for this, so I'm sure they'd love to hear your ideas. Unlimited teleports to the Fletching Cape guy. Okay, if we go down the unlimited teleports route, where is good places to send the Fletching Cape? Where is the guy even? Is he the guy in
Unil Bank.
Unil?
Go to Unil
Right.
Bank for the because that's the unofficial Fletching guild from back in the day.
The actual Fletching Cape guys in Catherby, right?
Yeah.
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 So like get your Fletching Cape and it helps you fish.
Yeah. Right.
You can catch fish with bows.
You can light fires with bows.
Yeah, I know.
Drop bows on them.
It's not a bad idea.
Maybe we should just have it give you 3 bows per day.
Dude, bow fishing would be cool.
Bow fishing. How would that even work?
Didn't I think
Use a harpoon.
I think Marksman
instead of an
suggested
arrow.
that, didn't he?
I don't know.
Marksman tweeted that at the JMods like a month or 2 ago.
I just realized how bow fishing works IRL, which is like you have a string attached to the arrow, right? And you just
Yeah.
shoot stuff.
And you reel it back in?
How about we
Yeah,
just
for a
make it
second
so
my
that you
mind
can,
totally blanked that that's even like an actual sport that people do
for
IRL.
fishing instead we make it so that you can take the dynamite that you get from Zaya and use it to fish.
That's illegal and inhumane.
Not in RuneScape, it's not.
Fill up that inventory real quick.
With fish bits.
Well, actually, the idea of it is it doesn't blow the fish apart. It's the shockwave just incapacitates the fish.
Mm.
And it will kill some of them, but a lot of the fish are just incapacitated and they just float up to the top, skim them off.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't actually like blow the fish to pieces, or most of them.
Oh, that's less fun.
No, it can rupture organs though. which is very unfortunate for the
Yeah.
fish.
Well, yeah, because it sends water is really dense, right? So it transfers energy extremely well.
Yeah.
So putting an explosion in water is just huge shockwave.
Yeah.
It's gonna fuck up all the fish.
This episode of RuneScape Science has been brought to you by Nigel.
I took physics and I enjoyed that class.
Yeah.
We did fun things in physics. Also, fun story. I'm not a virgin. I don't know how, but not related, I'm sure.
My max cape
Right. So the fletching cape is
protects my virginity.
yeah. Trims your cooking cape. That's all it's good for, right? I don't know. You got
My max
99
cape.
fletching, 99 smithing. You make a
No.
bow sword. Stop. Please stop.
Bentley.
Herbler cape. This is one we also don't like, right?
Oh, it doesn't give you pestle and mortar. That's all it
Why?
does.
All right, now does like the
Oh
cape
no, it has another one. It has another one.
Does it?
The her in Narda will create your unfinished potions for a slightly reduced cost.
Not even free. Slightly reduced.
Yeah. It makes them for 200 coins each. And what are they without the change? I'll take a look. I have the wiki page open, so. He makes them for. What does he do? Never mind. That's just a diary reward. Why is it on the wiki page then? Wiki's wrong.
That never
Wiki.
happens.
Wiki is wrong. That's a diary reward.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's for both because aren't there some accounts that can't complete it
Fuck those accounts.
for whatever reason?
I don't know.
I don't know.
like I guess they would need the KQ head.
Yeah. And you can't mount it in your house because it gives you combat XP, right? So I guess that is good. I believe mounting the heads in your POH gives you combat XP.
I don't remember.
No idea. The pestle and mortar thing on it, like, do you have to like use the cape on what you're grinding, or does it do it automatically?
Neither. You literally pull a
It just
pestle and
gives
mortar
you-
out of the
its,
cape.
its option is just puts a pestle and mortar in your inventory.
Yeah.
All right, well
very
that's
good.
fucking dumb.
Mhm.
Powerful, man.
I would not mind it if it like automatically crushed things. Like for example, you just like bypassed your crushing process, kind of like how you do with super glass making seaweed. Because normally you'd have to take the seaweed and make
The
it into
operate
soda ash.
option just grinds your whole damn inventory.
No,
No. It makes a
not like
potion.
an
It makes a
actual
potion at a
use on it.
time. It just doesn't need to be ground beforehand.
Yeah,
because
like
it's
so.
included in the
For
process.
example, you could take like just a straight chocolate bar and add it to an unfinished Harlander potion and make an energy potion. Just
And
skip the
the-
grinding process completely.
Not necessarily
Yeah,
skip
I mean, I
though,
would
because
go
then
for that.
skipping that process. People,
I would
people
actually
get mad about that.
actually no. The grind perk I think is actually kind of decent because we already have an NPC that'll do that, right?
Yeah,
We've got what was his name, Wesley? Oh.
Yeah.
There's some NPC in Narda. You pay him coins and he'll grind stuff for you.
I was not aware of this.
mhm.
I actually wouldn't mind if the Herblore cape, the use option on it, would just crush your whole inventory, or everything that's crushable in your inventory.
That would be cool.
I actually wouldn't mind that. But we could also, Dynam also has a suggestion that I think is also good, which is just make it act like a permanent amulet of chemistry, which I think is not bad.
That would not be bad either.
Is that the one that
You can
increases
pick a
your
grinder at Amazon for
yields
$5
or whatever?
A
Yeah,
Okay,
you get like a 5% buff
Yeah.
across the board.
that's not bad.
Would be
You can
pretty
crush-
nice.
you can use it to
crush
crush your hopes and dreams.
You guys do that enough for me already.
All right. The hit points cape is already kind of useful. It has niche uses.
Yep.
Like thieving and mostly thieving. Hunter cape, 5 teleports to black or red chinchambas per day.
It's fine if you want to keep hunting.
Sure.
Should it just be unlimited?
Probably, but
I think it should just be unlimited.
I think it should be
In my
unlimited. But at the
opinion.
same time, are you going to, unless you're having a serious problem at Black Chins with PKers, are you really going to need to go back to one of those locations more than 5 times in
Actually,
a single
maybe
day?
you shouldn't, because you just get 99 and then you just go rag people all day with crystal bows. 99 ragging. Step 1, 99 hunter. Hmm.
No, they do stack Usopp.
Yeah, specifically, it doesn't stack with rapid heal, but it does stack with the regen bracelet.
Yeah.
So they're good. You wear both.
Yep.
Get you a cape that can do both.
Hmm.
Right. So, is there anything you would want on the hunter cape other than these teleports?
Free bird snare 3 times a day.
I was actually gonna
I
suggest
want 5
that.
times a day.
There's a lunar spell like that gives you the hunter kit thing. It just has like a bunch of blanket just hunter shit.
Mhm.
I wouldn't mind
Yeah.
having that on the cape.
Just
Like,
like
if
the
you-
That's
opposite.
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
How
if
many
you go
times per day, though,
somewhere.
Rob?
I don't fucking care.
3.5 times
Unlimited.
per day.
3.5. So the fourth time
Every
you
other
don't
day,
have
you get 4
the whole
you
kit.
get 4 times.
No, like 3. What happens is 3 times you get the kit. The last time it's one random type of trap that you get.
It's some crap that JMods would do. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I wouldn't mind something like that. I also wouldn't mind something like, nobody ever baits their traps, right? Nobody ever smokes or baits their traps.
No.
It's something you can do, but
But with
and this is
99
something
Hunter-
I think I've talked about on my stream before. Wouldn't it be great if you just had stackable like hunter bait you could put in your inventory, and like when you place the trap, it will bait your trap for you if you have the bait in the inventory.
It would be cool, but
Like
at the
kind of
same
like
time,
similar to fishing.
if you're already done with Hunter, if you've got 99 Hunter, your catch rate is not the
Oh,
problem.
I'm just talking as a general hunter
Oh, okay.
change.
Yeah.
Just
That'd
not
be good.
even because nobody baits their traps.
Mm,
Nobody smokes their traps either. If you have a torch in your
I did.
inventory,
you did.
you smoked your trap.
I did smoke red salamanders at one point.
Really?
Before I started streaming, when I was doing my first iron before I got
how
hacked.
high can you get from smoking a red salamander?
Not high enough.
on a scale of 1 to 99 herblore, how high were you?
1 to dead.
42.0.
All right, good answer. But no, if you had a torch in your inventory, you should just smoke your traps automatically. I think,
Yeah.
just as
Why
a
not?
general 100 change.
There's no downside to it.
Yeah. And then you could have 99 hunter automatically just do those things for you at no cost.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
The
I don't know.
XP nerds though would complain about the
brainstorming.
increased catch rate and the increased XP per hour.
Yeah, I mean,
Chins.
hunter's already stupidly fast.
It is, especially with
Hunter's just one of those
manipulation.
skills where like it's got so much in it. Like there's so many little details to hunter,
Yeah.
but like most of them just don't matter because like the XP rates are pretty good once you get to Chinchampas.
Yep.
So like nobody cares.
And money.
Can you
Right.
imagine if they made it as slow as RC?
Wow.
Imagine
Glad I
if
didn't eat
Hunter
before the
was as terrible as
podcast.
RC.
Almost threw up in my mouth.
Imagine if you caught every Chinchampa you caught gave you like ridiculously low XP.
No.
Oh my gosh, it would just be terrible.
All right.
Maybe your traps
cape.
wouldn't disappear after being dismantled. I think that causes options with griefing.
Yeah.
It does, definitely.
Yeah, because you can just grief players with traps and they
Just
never
make it
disappear.
really powerful. Chin Champas cannot knock over your box trap. They
Ooh,
just try
rookie
until
box
they get
traps.
caught.
The XP rates. My XP rates All right, so I think we brainstormed enough about the Hunter Cape. Magic Cape is good, right? Permanent public change once per day.
Yeah, I love that. Fuck.
I want
Actually, use
Jagex
it a
off
lot.
my allowance.
So more than once per day.
I want 3 times a day Jagex. I need to be, my allowance needs to be higher. Okay, Jagex. I like how on the diary items is like my allowance needs to be infinite. I need all of it, all the time. But overall, yeah, we like the perk. We think it
Yeah,
fits, right?
I like it.
Didn't it have something different originally, and then it got changed.
I don't remember.
I feel like the Magic Cape had a different perk at one point in time, but maybe I'm imagining that. All right, Mining Cape. What does this even do? When mining ore up to adamant, there's a 5% chance of receiving an extra ore, and this will stack the Varrock armor.
So it only works when you're mining legitimate ore, though. Won't work at blast mining,
Which-
won't work at motherlode mine,
Pretty much nobody does.
and won't work at quarry. So
Doesn't work at quarry, doesn't work at blast mine, doesn't work at Motherlode mine.
It's
Doesn't work at
essentially-
any actual mining methods anyone really does.
No, it's essentially
Gem rocks.
useless.
Does it work at Gemrock?
No, it won't work at
Mhm.
Gemrocks. No way. It said ore is up to. Why would it work there?
Is it
Or it,
genuine ore?
it doubles the ore or like from the vein? Because I know Varrock armor works at gem rocks.
I think it just gives you 2 ore instead of 1, right? Is that what it says?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. That's what the armor does, and it gives you 2 gems instead of 1.
3-tick iron ore? Yeah, but you don't get additional XP from it, I don't believe. So you're just filling up your inventory faster.
Yeah.
Isn't that like not what you want?
I'm
wanna
quite
drop
certain it
less?
works at gem rocks.
I
It just
Don't
seems
believe it
odd that
does.
it would specify ore up to Addy and then still work at Gemrocks.
yeah, I don't think it does. Unverified. Unverified.
Need a
I was
citation
reading
for the
something
source.
just the other day.
Citation needed.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find it.
I
Okay.
do know for a fact that glory works at Gemrocks.
Yeah.
You will
Yeah,
not get the
glory
best
works.
XP rates unless you're wearing a charged glory.
Yep.
And that does give you increased gems. All right. So what can we do to make mining Cape better? Nobody likes mining here. We don't have any ideas
no,
on
mining
this.
sucks.
It makes your 3-tick granite easier.
Imagine designing a perk around tick
Could
manipulation.
we just give it infinite teleports to Motherlode Mine?
I wouldn't mind that actually.
On top of the additional, on top of the current perk, just give it additional free teleports.
I wouldn't mind that, especially since you're giving
Teleport to the mining guild, yeah.
mining
or the
guild
mining guild
or
and Motherlode Mine
Motherlode
or-
Mine's not even bad though, because you're just giving them a teleport to like the lowest XP per hour method anyway.
Well,
That's not a good thing.
Motherlode Mine's like the unofficial mining guild for plebs, right?
I don't know why it's not a good thing though. It's not like getting the Motherlode Mine is really hard anyway. It just makes it a
No.
little bit easier.
Yeah, but we're talking about making them useful.
Yeah. I would use
Yeah,
that
it
perk
doesn't have to be. It
when I
doesn't
go
have
camp
to
for the
be
rock
amazing.
golem or whatever.
I mean, it's just like
I guess.
the teleports. What I think the teleport would actually get used at Motherlode Mine.
Yeah.
Because it's there's multiple clue steps there.
Yep.
Aren't there?
Teleport
There's
there.
maybe just one.
Never again forget your pickaxe to try to get inside for the clue. Just teleport right inside.
Yep. I do that all the time.
Can
Have it
you
put you right
teleport
next
with like a skills necklace?
You can, but it puts you outside.
Mm.
I want that to plant me right next to that
Right next to
Mario
Prospect
looking
to Percy.
dude, Percy.
Yeah.
I want to chill with Mario.
How would that affect banking though? Because there's a chest right there.
Oh,
a
that's
good
fast
point.
banking.
Devalues my crafting guild.
Make it the same as Crafting Guild. Motherlode Mine's second max guild.
Crafting is an easier skill to train typically. If you want to get a bank teleport out of getting 99 mining, I'm not going to begrudge you that.
Also, if you are, say, mining on the outskirts of Motherlode Mine, you know, somewhere that's kind of far away from where you insert paydirt, you can just
Yeah.
teleport there and immediately put it in, basically.
True.
That
you could
is
be on the
true.
upper level and then teleport down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
Interesting. I don't know. I think it's viable.
I think you wouldn't see that pass because of those reasons, though.
Mining Cape lets you punch rocks to mine them. This is the thing in RS3.
And you can get strength XP from it, too.
Crush them with your hands. Have it near where you deposit the pay dirt, not the bank. That could be an option too.
Still,
I
gives
think
increased
it would
XP
just
rates,
be.
though.
I think it would be good. I think unlimited teleports is a good go-to for like this. This cape sucks. How can we make it better? Teleports. All right. We'll move on to prayer, which is acts as a holy wrench, but will not stack with an actual holy wrench or ring of the gods imbued.
It's good.
Yeah, it's good.
What cape?
It's useful. Prayer.
Prayer cape.
Holy wrench.
It's a holy wrench. Just basically, okay. So for, I feel like holy wrench is probably an item that's a little misunderstood by players. Here's how holy wrench works. The effect of the holy wrench is changing the super restore or prayer potion or Sanfew potion formula for restoring prayer from level divided by 100 times 25 plus X to level divided by 100 times 27 plus X. So basically, your potions give you slightly more
per dose.
They're slightly more effective.
Yep.
They restore more prayer. So it's 27% instead of 25%. And all the numbers get rounded down. So basically, there's a big table on this wiki page at 99 prayer. The difference would be instead of your potion restoring 33, they restore 34. Is the difference.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think Usopp he just said what I'm thinking, which is that it's nice to have it on the max cape because I'm already bringing that places anyway when I go bossing a lot of the time. I wouldn't just have brought just the prayer cape somewhere, I don't think.
Exactly. Like you're not going to use just prayer. You could give it unlimited teleports. Unlimited teleports, I think, is the easy go-to, right? Currently doesn't work well inventory. I think they fixed that recently. I think that was a bug fix, but maybe they did not.
Where would it teleport to?
Yeah, where?
Edgeville Monastery.
I was gonna say, yeah, the monastery would be my
Edgeville Monastery.
But why though? Monk robes crash.
There's several clue steps there. It'd be a somewhat useful teleport.
It wouldn't.
Dude, the amount of actually, can you imagine on the amount of teleport options on the Maxscape? Doesn't that thing already have like a ridiculous amount of options on it?
Yeah, it kind of does.
You like right click and it's just like a whole menu. Yeah. We need the right click operate on Maxscape to have an interface at this point.
We need to be toggleable.
Toggleable. Oh my god. Teleport to Intrana. Seems legit.
No.
That's broken.
I would think teleports is one thing, but I would like it to actually just simple change. Just make it stat. So it will, instead of giving you 27%, it would give 29% is what it would give.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
So basically, I think that would be, instead of just +1 to your prayer restore, would be either +2 or 3, depending on your level.
Mm-hmm.
So small change, but I think it would be good. Might give you a reason to actually bring a Holy Wrench
instead of just an extra potion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, it would totally depend on your level. That is correct. Range and cape is already good, right? It just works as an Avis.
Yeah.
As an Avis with defense, it's pretty useful.
If
it's used quite a bit in PVM. Yeah. People just use it for PVM.
You guys are right, by the way. It doesn't work for gem rocks. I see people using it there, but I guess it's because of like the way it looks, because it acts as a prospector jacket. So people are using it for swag escape. Because I know Monica uses it there.
Oh, the Varric armor?
I thought it was from the effect.
Just bring up a really good point. I said it depends on your level. You only get the perk at 99.
None of us picked up on it.
Yeah, no.
Well, because you were independently explaining how a Holy Wrench works, though.
Yeah,
that does depend on your level. It was a fair.
But yeah, it would only you'd only get the 29% at 99, obviously.
Right.
Right. So Avis is fine for ranging cape. Is there anything else you'd want out of the ranging cape, or do you think it's good?
I think
because it's basically a defensive Avis.
Yeah, that's enough.
And that does get used quite a bit.
More grapples.
How many daily grapples?
7.
2. Adds to the 3 from the fletching cape, makes it 5.
7.
Oh, this is terrible. Runecrafting cape. Do we think runecrafting cape's good?
Yeah, we talked about it. That was like the first one.
At this point,
it's good.
Slayer cape. Small chance of having a previous task reassigned when worn.
That's already good.
I'd like to see a teleport to Daredevil on it.
You have one.
You have one with the Karamja gloves.
Karamja gloves 4. Teleport to Daredevil.
Not everyone can do that diary though, if I'm not mistaken.
You can.
Well, they can shut up and do the diary.
Okay,
then.
so here's the thing. If you were gonna change the Slayer cape perk, I think it should be that you could. So it's like a very small chance for it to proc and allow you to repeat a task that you just had. Not useful if it doesn't proc. Not useful if you just had a task that you don't want to do again. I think once per day, you could make it repeat one task that you just had.
I'd like that.
I think a little more powerful than that. Once per day, you choose your task.
I thought of that first, but I think that's a bit too easy. Escape type of thing.
Yeah, I know players have suggested it in the past, and I agree. I think there's some reason the JMods don't want to do that.
I wouldn't do that because like a 1 KQ task takes me like a week, and then like at that point I could constantly do KQ.
Yeah, players would just camp certain bosses.
Yeah,
I've actually had the Slayer Cape proc several times, Usopp, and I do like it, but I think that you should be able to choose when it procs once per day. So that like if you really love Dagonoth, so you really want to do Jad again for the XP bonus, you can just do it again. But then you can only do it once, and then it does not like it wouldn't stack with the chance to proc a bunch of times anyway.
Daiden brings up a good point. Is people would just select boss tasks all day, which they're just daily.
I don't mind that. You could do that once
daily
per day,
escape.
only once per day, and 99 Slayer is one of the slowest skills in the entire game. And if you, I think that it wouldn't be overpowered. It'd just be nice.
Yeah, I think having it you select when it procs per day would be a good change. Just have it. It's like a daily thing you can do, rather than just having it be a small chance for it to proc. Or maybe just increase the chance for it to proc currently, because it's currently very small, right?
Yeah,
I'm an idiot.
It's like 5% maybe.
Why are you an idiot this time, Rob?
Well, because I was thinking about like the prayer, or not the prayer, the Slayer teleport to Duradel, like, compared to like getting the gloves. Well, I mean, you need 100 combat to get the gloves. It's like you got to get a task from Duradel, but like you would have that anyway if you're going to him for a Slayer task to use the teleport.
Yes.
I didn't think about that.
You chose to limit yourself.
You know what? You know what? You know what? You know what? I'm done with you. All right, we're not friends anymore.
Good.
We are acquaintances.
Well,
And yet
apparently
you're
we
still
were
on my
already
podcast.
downgraded to acquaintances when you said you would charge me to use your laptop. So
I said I'd give you the friend
No.
discount.
He was upgraded. He was upgraded to
the
drug
friend
lord.
discount should be free. Charge a stranger.
I'm already charging you for
You
the
can
room.
just Chase. You can just
You're
use
just
the
getting
5
amenities now. It's like the mini bar in the hotel. Like you got to pay for everything
so
you
you're
use.
scamming him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Adding an additional block option for the Slayer cape. Yeah, that could be something.
that's not bad either.
That wouldn't be bad.
You're like, I will block every task. Block all the tasks. What if they made it free to reassign your blocks?
That would be pretty good, actually.
Is that OP? How can we abuse that? What is the first thing that comes to mind?
Block every
To abuse
task that comes up. Just switch them out constantly.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
Until you
You'd
get
be able
tasks
to
you want.
cancel everything for free.
There'd have to be a cooldown on it.
Yep.
Yeah, that one would have to be a daily. We were joking about the dailies.
It wouldn't even have to be a
5 per
daily.
day.
Not even daily. Make it like you can only reassign your block list once a week.
Yeah.
I'd do that, yeah, on a weekly thing.
Yeah.
Infinite blocks. Yeah, that's just what it becomes. It becomes infinite blocks, right? So
Block
there has to be some sort of
everything but
cooldown on it.
bandos.
So what I'm thinking for freely reassigning the blocks, meaning you get a certain allotted amount of blocks that don't cost you Slayer points.
Yeah.
Maybe like once per day you get a free block or something.
Yeah. That wouldn't be too bad either. How about
Or you could just use it as a free skip. It could be free skip or block.
how about
do
you
that.
get once per day, you get a task assigned and you can choose to extend it as much as you want. 4,000 Abbey Demons.
I want to kill a 99999 Bandos.
Make it so you can kill 9999 Zulra on task.
But like, yeah, we're gonna get that Zelda record. I want 99999 Jad tasks.
With the
Can you
25k
imagine
XP
me?
bonus.
Oh my god.
It's like 30k Slayer XP every half an
Damn.
hour.
Yep. I'm ready. My body is ready.
With a chance of the pet, and after you have the pet, you can turn the cape in for Takul.
I want to do 1,000,000 smoke devils.
100k DKs.
What is just like the sickest XP per hour task?
Smoke Devils.
It's gotta be smoke devils, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just I want all the smoke devils ever. Smoke devils is so nice. I did them the other day for the first time with the cannon. My stream
They're so
helped me out a lot
fast.
with that because I've never done it with the cannon. It's so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's dirty. I did the task in like 30 minutes and I got like 50k XP. I was like, wow.
Yep.
I was like, this is nuts. I'm currently like 10k to a Slayer level now because of that. It's just it's so good, so good.
Do we have any other? Are we out of capes, or do we have more?
Oh no, we got capes. We got capes for days,
capes for
man.
days.
Smith and Cape. We talked about this earlier. Do we want to just also, in addition to what it currently does, just function as goldsmithing outlets again?
That's fine by me.
Let's do both.
I think the only thing we didn't touch on was thieving cape.
Thieving Cape is well, that's assuming you like the Strength Cape perk, which is unlimited teleports or Warriors Guild.
What does the thieving cape do again?
Thieving Cape is 10% chance of successful pickpocketing.
Oh yeah, that's
It
I like
increases
that.
it 10%.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's currently fine, I think.
Yep.
It doesn't really get used too much anywhere because it really doesn't make anywhere better because like a lot of places people train already, there's no chance to fail.
Right.
Like Arty Knights, you don't fail there.
Above like 96.
So, I don't know. It really doesn't do too much, I don't think.
What's the highest
don't know
thing
where
you
it's
can
useful.
pickpocket?
What's the highest what?
Thing you can pickpocket.
An elf,
Like
right?
heroes, elves.
Heroes or elves or something?
Gotta be an elf. 75?
Free lockpick 3 times a day. I hope this meme never dies.
Free rogues kit 3 times a day.
Rogues kit, that's OP. You could make anything with those. It could be a rope.
Devalues my rogues den minigame.
Somebody came up with a pretty good buff for the Rogues Den, which is just like make it a decent like hybrid agility thieving training method, like worse EHP than both of those, but like a good hybrid method to train both. So like reasonable XP per hour for doing
Lockpicking without a lockpick, it's very niche, like desert treasure chest, doing the clue step where you have to go to the Legends Guild place. Like where do you actually use a lockpick?
Yeah.
That isn't for a quest.
Just really not that great.
Yeah.
Unlimited teleports to where? Where are we getting unlimited teleports to with the thieving cape? Rogues Den?
Sure.
Unlimited Rogues Den teleports?
Unlimited teleports to the clue step for Legends. Cutouts. That's the longest quest step, I think, in that tier.
Yeah, all the way down there. Quest cape perk. Right. So strength. Do we like the strength cape? Unlimited teleports to the Warriors Guild. Can we do anything else with that, or do we not care?
It's fine, I guess.
Yeah, I guess
useful
it's
for
fine.
clues.
Yeah, that's what I use it for.
Yep.
Every now and again.
I don't have that in screen.
Unlimited teleports to the Axe Hut and 56 Wildy for the thieving game.
That's the main use for lockpicks in the game. Getting into that hut.
Yeah.
Dude, that hut used to be meta for training. Like people used to go out there in Ars Classic and just own axes all day for combat training. Yeah. It was actually very good. It's one of the best combat training methods. Right, so woodcutting cape. Additional 10% chance of a bird's nest falling out while chopping trees.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's
Maybe a little bit higher chance.
Yeah, maybe.
A little bit higher chance. Bird's nests are tough because maybe
unlimited teleports
about
to the woodcutting guild.
Jewelry box. But how about this? How about this? While you're wearing the woodcutting cape, bird's nests do not go away after 20 seconds, so that you don't miss them.
Maybe, yeah. Make them stay longer.
Make them at like 2 minutes, like a normal item to despawn off the ground instead of 20 seconds.
Double nests. Oh my gosh. Double nests. Wow.
Oh, fuck me.
Imagine all the seeds.
Fuck.
What's wrong, Rob? Are you getting owned by shamans?
Yeah, I fucked up my shamans.
Fucked up, lads.
Shamans got you fucked up.
Fucked up.
Nests go right to your
Nests
inventory.
secure in your inventory. I like that one.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It's better.
That's not bad. Yeah, let's I think those are good.
Yeah.
I still want 3 daily ents that I can spawn.
We'll give you 2.
Just give me dailies on every cape. Then I can ask Jagex to up my allowance.
While you're wearing the woodcutting cape, the ants in the wilderness do not attack you.
Those people who wanted the ents
Yeah,
moved.
exactly.
I said moved, not removed.
Simple
Farming
transpositional
cape, trees
error.
grow 20% faster. We already covered the farming cape. We think the farming cape's current perk is pretty good.
Yeah.
Which is, I usually once people have 99 farming, unless they really want XP, what they're trying to do is usually just make money off of it because the
pet.
herbs. Yeah, or pet, in which case they do the trees.
Yes.
But yeah, something like just making your stuff grow faster is just like a huge buff to XP post 99, and we're not really in favor of perks that would just flat just buff XP rates.
Farming's also really fast if you do all the tree runs.
Yeah, it's already really fast.
And
technically, in terms of efficiency, it's like nothing.
Jovi says ants become allies, follow you around and help you kill people, especially like a Titan.
Dude, this is Lord of the Rings.
They just rip logs off themselves and throw them at people.
Yeah, can you imagine if ants were ranged foes? How much more annoying they'd be? Because that area outside the Corp Cave is multi.
Yeah.
That would be terrible. Yeah, it's ghetto summoning is what it is.
Just make it crazy escape. Ents remove a log from themselves to throw at you. It has a random chance of being any type of log, and the higher the type of log, the more damage it does, but it also goes to the ground after it hits you and you can pick it up.
I'm sorry, did you design like underground paths? Were you that guy?
That poor unicorn.
Have you guys ever noticed that, like certain quests in RuneScape, you're like, yeah, I know who designed this one. It was that dickhead.
I haven't really spending time thinking about that when I do quests now.
No, there's certain quests that are just like there's a lot of like randomness and skill checks and stuff like that. They're just like really tough. So like Legends has tons of skill checks in it. Underground Pass notoriously has a ton of skill checks. Where like it just like checks your agility level and you always have a chance to fail or whatever.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
Morning's End Part 2, all sorts of stuff like that.
Olaf's
all right,
quest,
so
that's the worst when you slip on the causeway.
Yeah, Olaf's quest.
That one's rough.
It's pretty bad too. There's a lot of quests like that. Anyways, speaking of quests, Quest Point Cape. It's already great, right?
Very good.
Fantastic.
So
Needs no
Infinite
change.
teleports to Legends Guild, which is right next to a fairy ring.
Yeah, no change.
Who made rat catchers? I think
Somebody who's
they
since been
killed that guy.
fired.
He's dead in a ditch now. They had to get rid of him. Achievement Cape. This one's already getting changed, right? Or do they? I thought this was pulled. That infinite teleports to Achievement Diary Masters.
Oh yeah. That's not bad.
Wasn't this was pulled, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good. So that's already getting changed. Music Capes unlimited teleports to follow the bard.
Good.
I don't
It's
think
only
that
when
needs
it's
buffed
only when it's trimmed, right? Though.
I'm not sure actually.
I feel like it's only when it's trimmed.
I don't have one, which is weird. I mean, I can totally go get one, but I haven't done it.
Super useful for master.
Isn't the way to trim it with the holiday
seasonal
music?
Yeah.
You just need all the tracks. That's how you trim it.
Since we're losing some Karamja Masters, that will reduce the amount of teleport locations. Yeah, it will, unfortunately. Would have been slightly more OP for getting around Karamja.
It doesn't
Although
say you
the
need it
gloves
to be
already do a
trimmed.
pretty good job of that.
Really?
Yeah.
I could have sworn it did.
And then there's the max cape. We should just remove this, right? No need.
I'm wearing it right now.
You're like,
Make it
please
so if
no.
you have it on, you have a 0 chance of pets.
I'll just use the Fire Max cape. Doesn't have the perks.
Make the max cape perk. If you have the max cape, you get a special emote that shows how much of a no life you are.
You mean the Gangnam Style emote? We already got that.
So the max cape already has an emote, and it already does exactly that. See, the max cape also has. We should also add some daily to it, like 3 daily. I don't know, 3 daily crude ropes and chairs. Right. Genies spawn more often. Are you kidding?
3 daily. I don't know. Gives you the
3 daily
Hexus member
genies.
pet.
You get 3 daily XP lamps of 100 XP in your skill of your choosing. But they go away. And no. Here's the thing. They're removed from your inventory in 3 ticks. You got to use them quick.
But then Reddit nerds are going to complain that we don't have AHK anymore, so how are you going to use it before it goes away?
How am I supposed to operate my lamp that quick? I need shift clip to operate my lamp.
Right click on lamp to apply it to the last skill you used a lamp on.
Yes, we need a... Actually, that probably would be a bad quality of life, really. No, like, seriously, no. How many times have you said to yourself, no, I'm going to put my XP in a different skill?
That's a good question. Never.
Never. I've always just been like, Herblur, go.
Yeah, for me, it's always rune crafting.
I think there should just be a right-click previous skill. I mean, I think it would only work per login session though.
Probably.
What did Rob just post in the chat?
It's that pizza and milk thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
I feel physically ill.
Oh, that's come up on my timeline a couple of times. Yeah.
Yeah, you're friends with Rob. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
acquaintances with Rob.
You just go retweet that. All right, so that's all the Caves of Accomplishment. We got through all that. That took a while. That actually took like almost an hour to get through all those. There's a lot of capes in this game.
23.
Surprisingly, most of them are
23 skill capes.
not that great.
And then an additional 4 capes of accomplishment.
Capes of Accomplishment. That's such a like. It feels like you're getting a pat on the head. It's like you did something. Good job.
It's an EP
That's what a
stroker.
Cape of Accomplishment sounds like. Mm-hmm. But he changed the GZ distribution chart. What did he change? Oh, I think he redid them so they're all multiples of, they're all even numbers. This is step 1 towards Revelobot handing out GZ currencies in my chat. Yeah, pretty much accomplishment and haha emote. That sums it up. You did it.
Yeah, good job.
You did the thing.
Went to Virgin Island.
Yeah, somebody posted that meme on Reddit. It's like a guy who took some Instagram photo, put it up, Virgin Islands, and they're like, "Hey, he maxed too." All right, so let's talk about the big 2017 updates. Sorry, on the update page it says in red letters the 2 biggest updates of the year, which haven't passed a poll yet. The Inferno and Fossil Island.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Has Fossil Island been
Fossil
polled?
Island definitely passed the poll. It
did, yes.
Okay, so it's
yes,
Jad that
yeah,
hasn't passed the poll then, right?
Correct. Yeah, they teased Fossil Island at RuneFest. That's definitely coming into the game. That's confirmed.
Good.
The Inferno, not so much.
Because I was like, hey, it hasn't passed.
No, it has.
Okay, because I saw something about one of these not passing. I know Jad 2 hasn't passed, right?
No.
Because we pulled it previously as like it's a thing that you do after you're doing the entire fight caves, and everyone's like, wow, fuck that.
I thought it sounded really cool actually, because they had like the floor would fall out after Jad dies, you'd land in a lower cave, and then the Inferno starts. I thought that was a cool idea.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people didn't like it.
But then that devalues the troll named Dad.
Because if it's another wave style endurance thing, and it's basically asking you like, well, endure more of your time, that just makes like DCing and dying worse because it wastes more of your time, right? And it becomes and depending on how tough it is, the meta for doing the fight caves, if you want to do the Inferno, is you need to one-tick flick like everything to save the maximum amount of supplies for like the entire fight caves.
That's a good point.
Which I think is a legitimate complaint. You're asking a little much. There's some players that can't even do that. Australians mostly. They have legitimate complaints that they really can't do that easily. So yeah, I was kind of a fan of like, yeah, let's not do that. I want there to be an Inferno cape.
Yeah.
I want there to be a thing called the Inferno. I just don't want it to be an extension to fight caves.
That's fair. You make some good points that I never really thought about.
Yeah. So I the idea now is currently that they're adding it to a western part on Zaya. Is the idea. They're going to be the cousins of the taco people.
Oh God.
The taco people have returned. Taco people part 2. Rob, do you remember the taco people?
We're not acquaintances anymore.
You're not friends. You're not besties anymore.
We were twinsies, Nigel. You
Twinsies.
ruined that. You ruined me.
The taco people, though. Does anyone have the taco people meme?
It's on Twitter.
Somebody made one. Somebody made one. It was
I
on
think
our
it was Cody.
Discord. Yeah, I think
Joe
so.
made it.
What's that?
Joe, Optimus Bananas.
Are you sure?
Usopp asked a good question, which is, have you guys ever done the fight kiln? You fight 2 Jads at the same time.
I have not.
I did not do fight killing back in the day.
I did the killing just
did
for the
not.
quest.
Sam, please don't ruin the chat experience for everyone else.
Yeah, that spam's okay if it had Feels Buenos, man, and it has forehead instead. It Feels Bueno, man. He's just top chatter spam. That's what it is. He's just trying to be top chatter.
It's in Sam's nature to meme.
Memer.
Yeah, but you can meme without spamming, though.
True.
Also, use the appropriate emote. Feels Bueno, man. Spam is always allowed. Right. So, as far as like, what would you want to see from it? Since they're going to be pulling it as a separate thing at this point.
No.
Like it's going to be on Zaya.
Can I ban Sam now?
We can all ban Sam. Communal banning.
Click
The
it at
banning
the same
ritual.
time.
See, I would, but then I'd have to say that I hammered him, and
Oh,
not worth it.
awkward.
Despite how he looks, he is of age.
Okay, RuneScape.
What? We gotta talk about the game.
Yeah. Well, because I'm
Almost
interested
like
to see what you guys think about Jatsu. What ideas do you have about it?
I have 0.
Yeah, I haven't really spent any time thinking about it. I just think it would. I mean, I'd definitely like it to happen, like you said.
I think it'll be neat.
PVM challenges.
about it.
Like,
So you just want something that's difficult. What kind of things do you like to see out of it? Because obviously the main thing in Fight Caves is it's got prayer switching,
yeah.
and you will probably die if you fuck up prayer switches. So I mean, you just want that on steroids for Jatsu?
No, not necessarily.
No. With how they've really handled mechanics lately with raids, for example, like the Ulm fight has a lot of mechanics. Like all the bosses in there have a lot of mechanics. I'd like to see something more akin to that versus just switch prayer now, switch prayer now, switch prayer now. Hey, it's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like Jad's a one-trick pony, which is you know, if you master the art of switching your prayers, Jad should never kill you. It gets to the point where like, you know, you get a Jad task, you're like, oh cool, free Slayer XP. Pretty much how Jad is these days.
That's how it was for me.
So yeah, I agree. It would be cool to see kind of like a raid style boss, where like you beat the boss and then it transport you to like a raid boss area sort of thing.
It's a good question.
Yeah, I think if raids has shown anything, that's a good point, Rob. If raids has shown anything, it's that Jagex can make some pretty interesting mechanics with the old school combat system.
Yeah. So Mudkip asks would then make the fire cape and the fire max cape completely useless, which is definitely not what you want.
Well, I would assume that they would integrate the Inferno cape into the max cape.
Yeah,
and
it would be an Inferno max cape.
Yeah, it would just become like the new best in slot cape. Like it wouldn't make it useless. It's just like a stepping stone.
I guess so.
It's like you can get a fire cape at like 40 combat if you know what you're doing.
True.
Like there's literally
it would be hilarious if when it came out they removed the fire max cape. Just like, no, you're max, dude. Get good. Go get your cape, buddy.
After spending time to make sure the fire max cape looks good, they just take it away.
It's like, nope, too bad. I think I mean that's a totally different question, right? Like, do we want this content and do we want this item? Because like you said, new best in slot cape. Fire cape's a really iconic item, right? A lot of players really like the fire cape. It's one of those things that's just RuneScape, right?
Yeah.
This could be kind of, it could be kind of the go down the same line that Raid Armors went down, which is like, well, I really like Bandos, which is I think a big part of the reason that the Armors failed is I think players really like the iconic old school armors, the nostalgia factor. Is there a chance that we see that they go and try and design this content and then it just fails like Raid Armors did?
Oh, there's a huge chance, like astronomical. But at the same time, still wouldn't mind a new cape.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be like hugely better, right?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, like, would you take, like 1 or 2 prayer bonus and strength or something like that and a little bit of accuracy or something like that? It doesn't have to like blow it out of the water in terms of stats.
No, it doesn't have to be like the jump from an obby cape to a fire cape is now. It doesn't have to be night and fucking day. Whereas, like, if you see someone slaying with a fire cape, you're like, what's this fucking idiot doing? Or like, he bought his account clearly. Like, yeah, it doesn't have to be that fucking huge, but like, just minor boost isn't a bad thing. Like, I think the core thing,
point, which is best in slot mage cape. I would like to see a better best in slot mage cape. But yeah, go ahead, Rob.
I actually wouldn't mind that from the Inferno.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't want it from the Inferno. I'd want it from extension to the mage arena. Make the mage arena more useful in the wilderness.
How would they do that though?
You could add a fight cave style wave thing to the mage arena.
You'd have to rework the entire thing.
Jax has done plenty of projects. It could just be an instance.
Yeah, but what you're saying is an addition.
Which is what fight caves is. Fight caves is an instance.
What you're saying is an additional update on top of the Inferno. They keep doing the Inferno.
Yeah, this is a totally different update. Totally different update. But I kind of agree with chat here, which is a better best in slot mage cape would be awesome. Because if you think about it, the best in slot mage cape is currently just free at 60 magic. You just get it.
Dyad, I like his idea a lot. That's exactly what I would want to do.
Offensive, no defensive bonuses like Fury, Torture. Yeah, that would be good. I think that would be cool. I think that's a pretty good idea. You should probably shoot that to the JMods. I think that because that's gonna be coming up in a devlog here soon. I think that's maybe something that they would like to hear. Well, they also tried because originally when they pitched this, they pitched all 3 new best in slot capes, right? And they were all going to come from the Inferno. Was the idea. And at this point, it wasn't the Inferno. It was just an extension to Jad. It was a Jad 2 at that point. I think players, the kind of the feedback that they got was, we want these things, sort of. Not everyone wanted them, but some people wanted these things, but not everyone wanted them. Not everyone wanted them from the Inferno, right? Or Jad 2 or whatever it was at the time.
Right.
They wanted them from different places. Because it kind of stinks to have all of the best in slot stuff come from one place.
Did you mean raids?
You mean to say raids? Oh man. At least raids is a little different every time. It's like all the best rings come from DKs, right? But like 3 different bosses technically. I don't know. It seems a little lame for some content that cool to be best in slot capes for everything. Best in slot range is just doing a quest. Yeah, Ava's yay. My Ava is capable of accomplishment. My Dora's backpack of accomplishment.
I don't have much more to say on the topic. That's the thing.
Yeah. I think we all kind of agree we want it. Yeah. Okay, Fossil Island. Fossil Island, I think, is a little more interesting.
That's one of those things that we don't have a lot of clarity on, though. Like it's.
No, we don't.
I think the only things we've got that were hinted at is that I think it's going to offer an alternative mining method and an alternative prayer training method, is what I've heard.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here's what it says on the month ahead post. Fossil Island is an unexplored island found by the Varric Museum east of the wilderness, so kind of in the relative dungeoneering area. Will you be the one to use all your skills to uncover many secrets this ancient island holds? So,
but even JMods don't know what the secrets are, because
right?
they were it's skilling focused. But even the JMods, like they're promising secrets, they're still coming up with the secrets. I saw they're posting stuff asking for community suggestions on those secrets right now. So
yes, I'm sure they have some ideas in mind. I think they've said they want a mining method. They want a mining method there. But I think that's all. You said
prayer as well,
right?
Because the prayer method is. I don't know whether we were like it was part of the preview at RuneFest or if it's just implicit, but it's Fossil Island, Fossils, Bones, prayer method kind of follows. I'm pretty sure there will be some way of using the fossils.
They're also implementing new Hunter to the
that's
island.
right too. Yeah.
For like Kebits and the really unused shit in Hunter, like the tracking and stuff. I was talking with Mod Wolf about it at one point. Like he was cool. Like we weren't talking in detail, but like he just made mention of it that could be a thing.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, that would be pretty cool. We were talking about Hunter earlier. How there's just like a lot of stuff in Hunter nobody does.
Mm-hmm.
It's a skill with so much in it, but like you just don't use any of it.
Yeah.
It has like the opposite problem of smithing. For smithing, it's like smithing's just the numbers are all wrong. At hunting, the numbers are okay, just none of it's useful.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think
it's
about
like
adding a drop
speculation.
X option on stackable items? If the engine can support, I don't know if the engine supports that feature.
Why?
It's somewhat useful, like for in raids. Maybe you want to drop only a few of the items and you can't trade.
Yeah,
so maybe
I
you're an
guess
Iron
so.
Man.
Shift click to drop X.
You know what I want? I want shift click to bank all, shift click to withdraw all, or withdraw X maybe if you don't want it on all. But I keep trying to like bank something and I'll shift click the bank, and it just banks one, and I'm very sad. It would just be so good. Be so good.
Be so good if my account played itself, you know.
Shift click to max. Shift click for 3 daily max capes.
So, do you want to move on to Twitter questions?
Yeah, we can move on to Twitter questions now. Do you have the Twitter pulled up?
I do have it on my phone.
Okay.
Alright.
Because I'm not signed into the Twitter account right now.
Yep, I got it. So,
Shift
just
click
gonna
walk
scroll.
here. That might not be bad, actually.
I'm just going to scroll down, so we're going to be starting from the most recent questions.
All right.
So, okay, we have a series, like a multi-part question from Lepark or Raf. He says, thoughts on adding a big boss like Nex into the game, the same as when it was released. You'd have to beat it in terms of, in teams, obviously, but it would be challenging since there's no curses, there's no Beast of Burden. Would you guys be up for it? And we could also get introduced to tier 80 armors, make them highly degradable, essentially degradable like Torva, Pernix, and Virtus.
We talked about this on the last stream, didn't
Yes.
we? Last podcast.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think this question comes up often.
We talked about Nex then too. He said big boss like Nex, not necessarily Nex, but I think that we did pretty much cover it.
I think a lot of players would be really down for just like a generic God Wars Dungeon expansion.
Yeah.
Just like more God Wars Dungeon. I think God Wars Dungeon is some of the most iconic PVM in the game, and also just like widely players really like it.
Yeah. And it's also
there's so many reasons that players like it too. It's one, it's fitting with the RuneScape lore, which players, you know, they're like, oh, lore, but you know, like it's part of the reason why these things feel like they fit in RuneScape. For one, it's the nostalgia, and for two, it's part of the game world. They feel like part of the game world. You know, you think of God Wars Dungeon, you think it's like, yeah, dude, like it's God Wars Dungeon, that's RuneScape. Sometimes people complain about updates feeling very private servery. God Wars Dungeon doesn't feel that way. It just feels like it's part of RuneScape.
Yeah, but the problem with people saying that updates that are new feel like private servery is those are the types of people that would rather see the game die after a couple of years than to have new content, and that's just stupid.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe I should clarify that what I mean there, because I do kind of agree about the private servery thing. For instance, a lot of the new content gets introduced not through quests or things like that. They're just random drops from monsters, right? Which, I mean, we're talking about God Wars Dungeon. We're talking exactly about random drops from monsters.
Yeah.
But at least at God Wars Dungeon, you know, it's the gods are very well established in the RuneScape lore. It's old, iconic content, and people like to see, you know, a little bit of a facelift on stuff like that. It's refreshing rather than, you know, people like to see refreshed things in the game.
Yeah, but you have to be careful with something like Next because there's going to be an upside and a downside to talking about content that already used to exist. People love God Wars, so they'll probably love Next.
We don't reintroduce
because
old content like Next.
Some people will say that, oh, Next has a nostalgic pull just the same as regular God Wars does, and for some people that will, so that would be something that they think would be an upside. That's why they would like to see it, but at the same time, the other percentage of people are going to be like, well, that's more going towards RS3 now, and you don't want that. So I think most people would agree that you'd want something unique for old school rather than just rehashing more content. As for the
Yeah,
armors,
I would rather see them make a new God Wars Dungeon boss, or even just do something with the current God Wars Dungeon boss, similar to like when they added like subjugation robes to Zami and stuff like that. Add more stuff to the God Wars Dungeon tables.
Yeah,
Doesn't
wouldn't
have to be as
mind
good
that.
as subjugation robes, but
I think that I'd be up for a new boss. I don't know if like Nex or God Wars is the place for it anyway.
yeah,
And
it
as for
might
the
not have to
armors,
come from God Wars Dungeon, but I don't know. God Wars Dungeon always has held a special place for me. in
yeah,
RuneScape.
same. It's just, but do you want to change that? Is the question.
No, I didn't. Maybe not. It depends on how much we're talking changing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think simply adding items to drop tables, if you do it the right way, adds to the game rather than changes it fundamentally. Because it will change things. But like for instance, adding Saradomin's Light to the Saradomin table, it didn't, it didn't change Saradomin. It's not like, oh, it doesn't feel like Saradomin anymore.
True.
And I think I that's the kind of thing might like to see, is just a little bit of a facelift to the content that we like. But I mean, a new boss would be cool too.
Yeah.
I don't mind
I'd
getting a next
rather-
boss, because I mean that is the question: is should we
Yeah.
get a next boss?
I'd rather a new boss.
Um,
And as for the armors, I don't know. I don't know. You kind of got to worry about power creep. You need to measure
Yeah.
how
Well, we've got ancestral robes. We don't need subjugation, do we?
right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We kind of already got them. Dagonhide robes, though. We need Dagonhide robes.
So okay, we have another question from Huge Mudkip who says, "What do you guys think of the rare drop table? Is it outdated? What changes would you make, if any?" Let's start with Rob.
Yeah, Rob's muted right now, but if he wants to say something.
I don't really know what I'd do to change it. As far as outdated, it is dated, but it's iconic.
Yeah, I agree on that one.
Well, RS3 at some point did this, right? RS3 at some point decided the rare drop table is kind of garbage in relation to how rare it is. We should buff it. And they did. And when you hit the rare drop table, you certainly know it. You get some good stuff. I would be down for that, because currently a lot of the stuff on the rare drop table is, you're like, I got an uncut gem, and then you're like upset because it's quite rare and it's a pile of dog shit, or you get 3K coins.
Speaking of which, I went to Zami last night and I got a Dragonstone and a shield left half.
Oh dear.
I like that though.
Yeah, I actually don't.
Personally.
I think I could go either way on it. I think that a buff wouldn't be a bad
The
thing.
rare drop table is more of a troll drop table than a real drop table,
It
though.
is,
But I kind of like it
at the
that
same
way.
time,
It's a joke.
Yeah,
And I think it's a very iconic joke, though. Like, people in my stream have suggested that if I get
Rare
partnered,
drop table.
people have suggested that one of my emotes, if I get partnered, be Trip RDT. And I actually really like that idea.
All right, but Nigel, what about like the rune sword, for example, at God Wars? That's completely troll, and it is rare.
Rare.
Yeah, I just think it keeps things interesting, keeps it fun.
Yeah,
Like, even if it's
the
not-
shit drop table shared by all monsters in the game.
I think that
can hit the table.
I think that if you're gonna buff it a little bit, like add a couple cool things to it that you have a rare chance of hitting, but then keep it essentially the same.
keep like some of those scuff drops, like 3K coins.
Yeah, exactly.
Uncut sapphires.
Keep it iconic. Change it a little bit if you must.
Yeah,
But
I wouldn't
what would
mind
you
there being.
change it
I wouldn't
to?
mind them improving the mega rare table.
Mm.
Because for those of you guys who don't know, that the rare drop table works, that there's like sections of the rare drop table that you can hit, and the part where you get like left halves and stuff like that is on the mega rare table. So I think there should be more stuff on the mega rare table that's like actually worth getting.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Just a question of what you put on it, really.
I can't think of anything to put on it.
100 noted snapdragons.
Devalues Venenatus, right?
Randomly, you're doing your Slayer task. Instantly, Zulrah. You're like, suddenly you get 30,000, fucking swamp tar or whatever. That would be quite the troll drop.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, 30K swamp tar. All right.
Nah, dude, flax and snakeskin.
Oh my god, snake skin.
You get 500 snake skins. Maxcape is on the rare drop table. You just get it and you can't wear it. It's just there.
Yeah.
None of the options work.
Ultimate troll drop.
You get a license, but it crumbles to dust when you pick it up.
It's like how you used to be able to get a hold of the blue party hat from the wise old man through glitches, but then if you try to put it on, it would disappear, and then the chat box would say, "I don't know how you got that, but please file a bug report or whatever," and just have it do like that, just to give you like a troll message if you try to put the max cape on after you get it from the RDT. Like, go give that back to Mac, thief.
I wouldn't mind cosmetic items.
Yeah, we actually got a question here from Riley. He says, thoughts on a cosmetic reward from Mother Load Mine, pink mole pet. Pay how many nuggets is a fair reward for this if we want it?
But why though?
None. That sounds awful.
Yeah, why?
I actually don't think it's that bad. I like
that's like charging to make it so that the rock golem goes back to being only brown. It's a bad.
What do you have? What's wrong with brown golems, huh? You got a problem?
Do you like poop following you? Do you? He was like, I'll think about it.
Naked mole pet, Kim Possible fanboys. Oh my gosh.
Fucking Rufus, man.
Devalues the mole pet that I don't have. Everything's devalued.
Why would you pay 1K nuggets for a recolor?
I have an idea.
To paint?
You can have 3 daily recolors for your mole pet.
But why? Okay, look, it's a baby mole, right? You are using chemicals to dye it different colors. You're going to kill your baby mole pet.
What if you genetically modify
animals? Maybe they're animal safe.
If you genetically modify it, then PETA gets involved. No go.
Where's PETA at the cow fields, bro?
on vacation.
If you think about it, the cow fields in RuneScape are just really fucked up.
Yeah.
They're really, really messed up.
I thought about taking a screenshot on a free-to-play world and sending it to PETA. And like, hey, you want to see some really fucked up shit?
Why aren't you guys doing anything to stop this?
These poor animals are being mindlessly slaughtered for no gain.
Cowhides, dude, it's a gain. For XP, the dank gains.
Killed Mole's mother thousands of times. Have no problem poisoning her baby.
Almost 9,000 times, in fact. When you wash your dog, you're killing it? No, but I also don't dye my dog.
Dye your dog.
No. It's different.
Yeah, if you guys have more questions from the chat, ask away. Also, we can move on to just some generic questions from like Twitch questions. Oh, actually, we got a Twitch thing to discuss. Actually.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah, we had some Twitch stuff we wanted to talk about.
Did you want to do that as like a legitimate sign off, or just do that now?
I mean, we had 10 minutes left.
Like some happenings I wanted to talk about. Isn't Mr. No Sleep doing like
he's doing a 100-hour stream attempt? Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly wouldn't mind wrapping up though. Anyway, I really want to get dinner.
Yeah, we're close to 3 hours now.
So yeah, we can do
100-hour stream though. I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, the thing that I find interesting about it, like actually, Mr. No Sleep and I are actually pretty good friends on Twitch. He's one of my top donators. He's always been very supportive of me, and I've been watching him for a long time. And I, of course, am concerned for him like the rest of his fans. And a while back, he tried doing an 80-hour and then like a different 80-hour attempt, maybe a 70. And I feel like he's, reeled things in a bit because of the feedback he gets and because he knows that it's not very healthy for him. He kind of started this thing where if he starts to feel like utter shit, he won't push himself to continue. So he's had a lot of long stream attempts that have just stopped because he started feeling really sick or was getting really like violently ill or had chest pains. And I just don't understand why he thinks a 100-hour stream will go any differently. I think it's probably just going to have to be called off.
I mean, that's pretty much how I feel about it. It's like, I don't want this to become like a meta thing on Twitch where Twitch streamers are expected to do like absurd streams.
Here's a question actually. On my charity stream, I ate some hot peppers. I had an admin come in to make sure that the hot peppers I ate weren't like terribly hot peppers because like ghost peppers and Carolina Reapers are now against Twitch terms of service to eat on stream because it's self-harm.
They're considered self-harm, yeah.
Why is a 100-hour stream allowed though? That's definitely self-harm.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think eventually something pretty bad is going to happen to someone as a result of them doing a long stream. I know actually it happened recently. Some guy who was, he was overweight and he wasn't great health. He was a heavy smoker. He was doing. I was trying to do like a 24 or like a 48 or some crap. He was doing. He was doing it for charity, so it was good causes or whatever. Guy got up to go for a smoke break, never came back. Apparently, he, died of a pulmonary embolism sort of thing.
Yeah.
So heart failure.
Here's the thing, though. That's a little bit of a different scenario because his health problems are pretty much attributed to his personal habits, whether he's streaming or not. That could have happened to him when he went for a smoke break while he was...
That can happen to you if you're perfectly healthy, though.
Yeah,
sitting down for a long period of time is not healthy for anyone.
No, that's true. But
yeah,
it's hard to demonize sitting down streaming for quote-unquote long periods of time in general because that's the platform we're on. And people do that in a business setting, too. So
yeah,
there's got to be a very well-defined threshold if they're going to enforce a rule like that. And I don't know. I think that ridiculous amounts of time stream attempts in general at some point will be banned.
Yeah, I think just like you said with like the peppers, like Twitch has to draw a line somewhere and says like, this is self-harm. Like, don't do this. I don't know. You think a reasonable threshold is like 48 hours?
I guess.
As someone who's done 1.5, no.
You think it should be more or less?
Oh God, less.
Okay.
Like if
So
they're
you're
going to
Twitch
limit it,
just
I would
enforce-
not do more than 24.
Yeah.
Yeah, 24 is just the limit.
Yeah.
Twitch just kicks you offline after 24 hours.
25-hour stream,
Twitch-
fucking banned.
Twitch admins get a nice little notification when you go more than 24 hours. Twitch police just rolls up, knocks on the door, and says, "We need to talk to you, son." Sit down right here. My name's Chris Hansen. Did you know your stream has been live for more than 24 hours?
What's the
That sort of
drop rate
deal.
on a pulmonary embolism?
Oh my god.
Really high in America.
There are a lot of people who are really high in America.
Oh boy. So yeah, 100-hour stream attempt. Good luck to him. I think he's gonna have to call it
Yeah,
off.
I hope
he
he
does.
completes it. But at the same time, I hope he never does another one ever again
Yeah.
that long.
I hope he doesn't complete it.
Same.
Like I hope he doesn't like die.
Right.
But like I hope.
Yeah,
he doesn't
of course,
complete
none
it.
of us hope anything bad happens.
I hope he calls it off.
Of course not.
And
But like
doesn't attempt one again. Kind
it's
of my take.
purely for selfish gain. Because like I was planning an 80-hour stream for in the summer, so it could be like the longest stream that's been done in the RuneScape category. Because I think the current holder is what's that dude's name? He just did it recently.
Arnie.
Arnie, yeah, he beat Alfie's record by like 2
77
hours.
hours, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so I was gonna beat his by 3 and do an 80-hour stream, but I'm not gonna do 100. I'm not gonna like 102. I can't
See,
do that.
that's the thing I was talking about earlier. Like, it becomes like this, it becomes like this dick measuring contest, and suddenly, like, it's expected as like, oh, dude, doing a 24-hour stream, that's lame. These streamers did, 80-hour streams. Do a 40-hour.
It's also a little
just
different
becomes,
comparing like random people to Steven though, because he themed himself around
Yeah, I
this.
mean,
He's
that's
Mr.
what
No
he
Sleep,
built his
and
channel.
he became successful because of it. And
Mhm.
he's wised up that you can't do that forever. So I think it's I will give him more of a pass because it's been less of like a dick measuring contest and more of like a way of him making a name for himself and pursuing his passions because
Yeah,
that's what
but I mean,
he would
it's
do anyway.
definitely created kind of an arms race, I think, in the RS
Yeah.
Twitch category. There's definitely a lot more people attempting to do stupidly long streams.
Yeah.
I just want the recognition from it, honestly. Like
Yeah,
very
I mean,
first
that's what
stream-
it's about. People are gonna watch it.
Yeah, they are.
That's the way to get your name
how-
out there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, really, that's just Twitch in general, right? The hardest part about
Mhm.
Twitch is getting people to
Exposure.
even know who the fuck you are.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part about it.
And with such a
So-
long stream, you consistently hit every time zone.
Yeah.
Every
I
time
think-
someone's watching the category,
I
your
think,
name is there.
I think that's why it's a good idea for Twitch to actually just crack down on that shit. Because I don't think it's a healthy way. Even though you will definitely grow your broadcast that way, I don't think it's a healthy way.
It's not
to
healthy,
do it. I
and
don't
it's
think Twitch should support
also
it.
it would make it so that people who grow themselves, like their presence on Twitch, can do it in a much more organic way instead of having to compete to be in the directory literally at all times.
Yeah, I Twitch is trying to do a lot more to promote natural growth, anyways, through things like teams and
Communities.
communities. We now have the thing Twitch communities. We should make an Iron Man community for RuneScape. We should do that. Somebody actually probably already has one, I'm sure.
And I can't
Um,
join.
No, you can't join Jace. You're not allowed in our club. It's okay. You can join the like maxed or skillers or something.
I don't really wanna.
Yeah, I don't think it's good. That you definitely see way more people in the RuneScape category doing these really long streams.
Yeah.
At first it was just a few people, and now it's all sorts of people are attempting them.
Yeah, it was like whenever I started streaming anyway, Mr. No Sleep wasn't around. He didn't start. The only other person who had done a 48-hour in the RuneScape category and completed it was Nick, the baby 123.
Yep.
At the time, then I did mine, and then several months later, Mr. No Sleep comes out. And he starts doing 30 hours and stuff, and he progressively knocked it up more and more and more, and that's what he got known for. Then other people tried doing it. Like there was that guy that tried doing, what was it, like 99 hours of nothing but rune crafting gnats, some dumb shit like that.
Vomit.
And he failed. He fucking fell asleep. Like it's progressively been pushed and pushed and pushed. Like you're not wrong on that front whatsoever.
Yeah.
But I mean, like it's not healthy at all. It really isn't. But like, if we're talking about purely health benefits, like I wouldn't recommend sitting in a fucking chair longer than 8 hours in one, go. Like anything over that, you should probably get the fuck up, go do something.
Yeah, I always recommend in my stream I take a break somewhere between every 1 and 3 hours, and every time I go AFK, I always recommend to my stream they do the same thing. I would say, hey, I'm gonna go get up for 2-3 minutes. If you don't want to get up, I'm gonna play this video for you guys. If you want to go get a drink or walk around or whatever, now's a good time to do it. You're not going to miss anything. Because it is just really unhealthy to sit at a chair for a long period of time. It's the reality of playing video games and streaming. I mean, pretty much all those people, you hear about those people in like the Korean gaming cafes that died playing World of Warcraft or League of Legends or something, right? And it's almost always from they were sitting down too long, stood up, heart failure. It's almost always what it is. So the reality is, get up off your ass and sometimes, guys, and walk around. It's okay. It doesn't make you a little bitch.
It's okay to XP waste a little bit.
Yeah,
to stay alive.
XP gains aren't that important.
Remember, if you die, somebody's gonna overtake you on the leaderboards. So
there are no gains to be had when you're dead.
Not if you get 200 mil off first.
Well, it's too late for anybody who's like wants to start
they're
trying
gonna patch
for that
the high
now,
scores
like,
after you pass
lose.
away. They'll eventually we'll manage to pass a new skill through the polls, and then you'll fade into obscurity.
Standing
so,
I could not stand for fucking 24 hours.
Yeah, standing desk is a thing.
Standing decks.
They make convertible desks.
They're also a lot more expensive though.
Yeah, they're way more expensive, but they make convertible desks that you can raise them up and then stand up.
My old work put those in for all the employees upstairs.
They're really awesome.
It was cool.
They're really
awesome. So we had another Twitch topic we wanted to cover before the end, correct?
Yeah. Do we want the one for a sign off or?
Yeah, I mean we're.
All right. Well, yeah, that means we're wrapping up then, guys. So we're gonna use this question as our sign off, which is we had some questions that we wanted to answer about our favorite Twitch streamers. So question for you guys: who is your favorite RS streamer? Like that's not us.
Right. So we want to say like that's not part of the teams we're on, or just not part of just the three of us.
I mean, if it's somebody on Connection Lost you like watching, or Kids of Age, that's fine.
Okay. Ooh, it's still a tough question. I think I wish I could watch Tom more often. I think most of all because of the time zones, I have not had a chance to watch him, and like he's a lot of the reason I'm part of the community to begin with. So I think that
you're talking about Guns Chili Tom.
Yes, right? Guns Chili. I wish I had more time to watch him. Of late, I think my favorite RuneScape streamer overall has to be Riggendo. I think that's
a good answer. How about you, Rob?
Yeah.
My favorite streamer, I would have to say is Bodhi as far as the RuneScape category goes. I don't watch him nearly as often as I used to, but like I used to watch him religiously every day. And he's what really got me into Iron Man while he was still doing his one-man army series with Peckish Whale when he was, gearing up to be a Zerker and stuff. And I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that entire grind and watching him every day. And he's a very everyone here fucking knows who Bodhi is. He's biggest one in the category. He's very high energy.
Whoa, dude, Tony. Come on, man. Can't just do that to Tony.
What about him?
Biggest RS streamer out there.
What about him?
I'm not gonna throw shade at Tony.
Okay.
Though it's deserved.
Well,
He threw shade.
you're a punk motherfucker.
Wait a minute. Okay.
Okay.
So wait, but we could also now it's okay to do even more so because he has started giving away one real life party hat every stream. He's on the giveaway every day.
We should up the allowance to 3 daily party hats. Come on. Oh.
Maybe if it passes a poll.
But yeah, no.
Giving away entertainment.
I completely understand why you like Adam. Adam's he's up there at the top for me. He's up there at the
I don't
top.
like his chat.
No, his chat is
Chat's a
awful some
mess.
days.
Yeah,
Some days it's
but,
not too bad. Some days you go in there, it's just like a normal Twitch
Yeah.
chat. But some days you go in and it's just like, what is going on here? And it's just, yeah.
So who's your favorite then, Nigel?
It's hard to pick a favorite, but probably
Randalicious.
Oh dear. The streamer that I probably find myself watching the most is Gunchilly. I watch him in the morning a lot of times when I'm working on YouTube or just doing some generic Iron Man stuff I'm not going to do on stream. I find myself in his stream most mornings. So yeah, I mean, I would have to say he's my favorite. But I also really, really, really like John Zulu.
Yeah,
He's a
Zulu
great guy
is
as well, and it's
up there for me.
yeah, it's hard to pick just one.
It's really hard.
It's so hard. There's so many good
Just
streamers.
like how there
There's
are a lot of
streamers
shitty
I don't get to
streamers.
watch
There are
either.
a lot of good ones too.
Yeah, I mean the hard part is like a lot of streamers you don't get to watch their streams
Yeah.
because they stream at the same time as you do,
Okay, so then
or you're busy or whatever.
Nigel, favorite non-RS streamer?
Yeah, favorite non-RS streamer. I really like watching Lobos Jr. He's a challenge runner for Dark Souls.
Oh right.
And
yeah.
in fact, just my favorite non-RS streams to watch are Dark Souls, speedrunners, challenge runners. I really like watching Lobos Jr., Distortion 2. Who else is there? Happy Hobbit. There's a lot of very good speed and challenge runners for Dark Souls games. And yeah, that's a big community I was a part of on Twitch before I came to RuneScape.
Rob?
Yeah,
Sorry.
It would be the same category, Dark Souls. My personal favorite game that I've ever played across the board. Different streamer though. Epic Name Bro.
Mhm.
He's a big YouTuber, and he did a lot of lore videos and like tips and tricks and stuff on the original Dark Souls. And like in that game, the lore is presented in such a way that it's not a direct story. Like it doesn't tell you. You have to find it by like taking items, and like for RuneScape's example, it'd be like the examine option on shit, and it'll give you like that scroll of text at the bottom in your chat. All the items in the game have this examine option on them, and that's how you find out the lore about the game. While you're in certain areas. And like he put all the pieces together and gave everyone his own interpretation of everything. And I found myself really enjoying those videos, like learning about the game that I loved playing. He did a lot of challenge runs, lots of speed running. He plays at all the Souls games. He played Bloodborne, lots of Souls-esque games that take from it heavily. And he's a really nice guy. I really enjoy him and his community.
Yeah. How about you, Chase? Who's your favorite
Anybody who's
non-RS
watched
streamer?
my stream will sometimes hear me talk about Witwix.
Witwix.
Yeah.
The
He's
Witwix.
easily my favorite non-RS streamer.
He was so funny to watch at GDQs.
He's definitely one of the most consistently entertaining people to watch, no matter what game he's playing. Because I've been subbed him for 31 months now. I started watching him almost 3 years ago, back at my old job, and I discovered him back when he was a speedrunner of I Want to Be the Boshi, which is it's based off of the I Want to Be the Guy fan games. And I don't really remember how I came across him, but he was just really good at this game that I found interesting. I like platformers, and he was just a really fucking funny guy who was just like, he's not like a personality streamer, but his personality is he's just a funny person.
Yeah, just he as a person.
He's quick-witted, he's funny, and
Yeah.
he's good at video games, and I always liked it. So I've been subbed to him for a long time, and of course his stream has evolved a lot. He He doesn't play Boshi anymore because he got the world record a couple times and then decided that playing it for 2 years meant he would never want to play it again. And
Yeah.
he started playing other stuff. He, up until yesterday anyway, he mostly, for quite a while, would be playing Super Mario Maker. Obviously, again, with the platforming, he loves it. He grew up with Mario games. He also casually speedruns Super Mario 64, which is very entertaining to watch. And now, of course, he's playing through Breath of the Wild on Switch. But yeah, I don't know what it is about him. It's like, kind of like the reason I took to him so much, and this is even before I was like really serious about Twitch again, but after getting back into Twitch, I really kind of like look up to him as a streamer because I find his stream quality and his level of entertainment to be something very good to shoot for. And I just always found that really like a really good combination on his stream.
Yeah, it's kind of the same way with me with Lobos Jr. It's just, he's a genuinely just like a very nice guy, knows a lot about the games he plays. He's he just says funny shit.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times your favorite streamers, if you are a streamer, they're people you look up to. They're like that big brother Twitch figure that you're like, man, that guy's cool. I want to be like him.
Yeah, and I'm actually going to be meeting Witwix when we go to TwitchCon. That'll be exciting. And I hope I don't. Really cool.
I can't wait for TwitchCon. You're gonna just wear a.
I have a T-shirt. Shirt. Yeah, I have the second. I probably will wear that. Wear his Wick Stanek shirt. And you know what the funniest part is, because he told a story on stream once about how he met somebody that watched his streams and they said something like really creepy to him and then hugged him, and it was just like. And I'm not planning on doing that, but I totally could because I've actually had a dream about hanging out with Witwix like 4 separate times, and like nothing weird happened. We were just like chilling as friends, and the stupidest part is it's happened so many times now that the most recent time was earlier this week, and in the dream I told him, hey, I've had dreams about hanging out with you before. How cool is it that it's finally happening? And then I woke up and I was like, oh.
That would be really weird.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to refrain from telling him.
Please clip this and send that to him.
I think I'm going to refrain from telling him that I've had dreams about hanging out with him, but I would like to meet him. And I'll be like, hey, I like your streams. That's pretty much as far as it's going to go. But
that's actually not that weird. I've had dreams of hanging out with people that I only know via Twitch.
Yeah.
Or via Discord. I mean, the reality is like as a streamer, you spend so much of your time online. It's like I don't know if this is a thing for you guys, but how much has like interaction on the internet and like Twitch interaction just replaced your real life in terms of social interaction?
A lot.
Completely.
Yeah, it's a lot of my social interaction.
Never been complete for
at this
me,
point.
But most of it definitely.
God, must be nice having friends.
Well, I mean, you used to know what it was like, but now we're just acquaintances.
Somebody says, somebody just jumped off a building on ISIS stream. What the fuck?
What?
That's if that's true, that's terrible. That is terrible.
Ice himself just tweeted out, "I don't feel good now. I'm shaking."
Oh yeah, so I guess that did happen.
Yeah.
That's wow. That's terrible. I hope it was just a coincidence and didn't happen as a result of him being a streamer, because that would just be terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really hope it was just some freak coincidence. All right. Yeah.
Well, so much for ending on a good note.
I don't want to end on that note.
No,
I really don't want to end on that note. No. All right. So outside of your favorite streamer, is there somebody in the RS category that you like just really look up to? Because for me, it's I would say it's Curtis and Bodhi. Even though Bodhi's not my favorite streamer, those two are both really up there. Those are both the 2 streamers I look at and I say, yeah, I really just want to, like, I want to have just like the same confidence on my stream and just do whatever I want, because they play Iron Man a lot of the time and they will do whatever the fuck they want to do on stream, and their chat does not care, their viewers do not care.
I think
they will watch.
I think the people I would look
Paul
up to
does it as well.
would
Paul
be
does it as well.
Mr. Mammal and Guns Chili, Tom, because Mr. Mammal has like the style of stream that I always wanted, like listening to good rock music, playing just very casual, chill, answering questions, like helping people, trying to be funny sometimes. Like that's kind of like the style I go for. So always kind of looked up to him, and then Tom purely for the entertainment value, because I feel like he's just a very good entertainer. I think that he has a way of letting his personality shine when he streams, when he makes videos, and turning situations that might be mundane for us very entertaining.
How about you, Rob?
What were we talking about? I'm sorry.
Oh, you're busy texting. Ban
No,
Rob.
I'm not.
Ban Rob.
Okay. No, we were saying, I was asking the question, is there anyone like outside of like your favorite streamer? Because we were talking about our favorite streamers earlier. Is there anyone in the RS category that you just like really look up to? Like you watch their stream and you think, yeah, no, like I want to do that. I want that to be my stream.
Okay, I do apologize. I'm sorry. I'm just not, my head's not in it right now. Again, probably Adam.
Yeah, that was the answer for me. Even though Adam's not my favorite streamer, he's just a dude I look up to so much. Because just the way he runs his stream, it just, you know, that feels like how a Twitch broadcast should be run.
Yeah,
It's hard not to look up to him. Like
that is very true.
He's so humble. He's such a nice guy, and he's always giving back to his community and to the community as a whole. Like he's really something I aspire to be. He makes me want to be a better streamer.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen Adam like really get like shaken by anything in his chat, you know?
Not really.
Like, because people say some really fucked up shit in his chat. And I don't think I have ever seen it affect his broadcast. I don't think I don't think I've ever seen him go off on somebody in his chat or anything like that. I don't think I've seen Curtis do that.
No.
You know, it's like there's these things I see myself do sometimes on my stream. I'll go out and watch a past broadcast. I'll be like, why the fuck did I do that? Because I'll always kind of be comparing myself to the bigger, more successful streamers that I watch, and think to myself like, why the hell did I do that? I don't know. I don't know if it's just naturally who they are, or maybe, you know, it's just learned behavior from streaming on Twitch so long. But I don't know. There's just a lot of guys that really run very good broadcasts on Twitch, and I really look up to those guys.
They're very professional.
All right. Is there anything else we want to add, or we done here for today, boys?
Cub, we are related. Chase is my daddy.
I thought we wanted to end on a good note.
Feels dad, man. Can we get some feels dad mans in the chat? Oh wait, I don't have that
emote.
emote.
You don't have it.
It's a wonderful.
We got Poppy One though. Poppy One's great.
God.
Everyone loves Poppy One.
Everyone is a strong term.
Poppy One.
Fuck off.
Come on, man. You gotta go the
everyone
mustache
loves
back.
it.
Just like shape everything but the mustache,
No.
please. Do it.
Nope.
It looked so good.
That's a lie.
At least do it at Halloween. At Halloween, you gotta have like a cop outfit and just
God, no.
big bristly cop mustache. You can do it, man.
Nope.
You can do it.
I could. I'm not going to.
I guess that's a fun question. What have you guys always wanted to be for Halloween? Or have you guys never had Halloween aspirations?
I don't think aspirations is the right word for anything I've ever had about Halloween. I've never cared enough to have Halloween aspirations.
Yeah, I've always wanted to have like a really kick-ass Halloween outfit, but I never wanted to spend the money on it.
Yeah,
you know?
that was part of the problem.
Yeah, I think that's what
Do
it
it
is.
yourself can be intensive, and the costumes, if you were to buy pieces, are always way too expensive.
Rob looks like he's thinking about this one.
I know.
A really slutty nurse.
Jesus, you're gonna dress up as a nurse of colony from League?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
Be good. I don't know. I've always wanted to have a really kick-ass costume, but I've never really. I think the problem is I never really thought about what it wanted to be.
Yeah.
I don't know. Such a non-answer from all of us.
Yeah. Fuck Halloween, dude. Give me some candy. I'll move on.
When was the last time you guys went trick-or-treating, actually? Like, what? How old were you when you stopped trick-or-treating?
12.
16.
Yeah, I think it was like 15 or 16.
I think I was 12.
Chase is like, man, I grew out of that early. Okay, I think it's time to end the podcast.
When I was your age, I was a dad.
You kids. I was paying a mortgage.
Wish I had a house. All right.
All right, guys. It's been great having you. As always, send questions to us for the podcast. We love hearing questions from you guys. We love answering your questions. It's at RFD Podcast on Twitter. We'll go ahead and sell it out in the chat in here real quick. It's time for the sellouts. What is it? Podcast? Is it command? Yeah, podcast. There you go. So go send us your tweets. Go follow it. That's the main way we get content from you guys. We of course take it from the Twitch chat too, but it's a lot easier if beforehand we see the questions. We can give you better answers if we see them beforehand.
Yeah.
As always, it's been fun, guys. My name is Iron Strix. Twitch links right here. Chase. And Rob's over here on this one. Go check us out on Twitch, guys. We're all full-time streamers. We love the RuneScape community. We love you guys.
Thank you for watching.
Good night, guys. Bye.
Bye.